Superstores are still putting the customers first and cranking out the deals those big city dealers can't touch. It's no wonder everybody's driving to Murray Ford Superstore to purchase their new vehicle. It's simple. If Murray Ford Superstores doesn't have it, the manufacturer doesn't build it. Plus, you get a 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified new and pre-owned vehicle. Shazam! Holy Jesus Aruba Batman, how do we do it? There's no reason for your purchase to take all day, running around with those big city dealers and being flim-flammed with those big city prices. Nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. And we'll trade anything from aluminum cans to minivans. Be American, buy Murray Ford Superstore. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray, in Stark or Kingsland. I'll be waiting for you. And remember, at any Murray Superstore, it's all about you. Shazam!
Best Bet is number one. That's right. Best Bet Jacksonville and Orange Park have One Card Poker, the fastest and easiest card game to learn and play. Play against a designated player, one card at a time, and the highest card wins even money. If the card values are the same, it's time for war. Just like the game you remember. You must be 18 years or older to play. More at bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Have high cholesterol? At risk of heart disease? You are not alone. Westside Center for Clinical Research is hosting a Sip and Science event. Join Dr. Michael Koren and Dr. Jackson Downey at this free RSVP-only event. Learn how you can reduce your risk of heart disease. Join us Wednesday, September 13th at 6 p.m. Free mocktails and hors d'oeuvres provided. That's why it's called Sip and Science. RSVP at EncoreDocs.com. That's ENCOREDOCS.com. Don't wait. Take charge of your heart health today. EncoreDocs.com.
High Flying Jacko here, and every Monday, kids eat free with every paid adult entree.
Us kids love Woody's too.
We'll see you at Woody's today.
At Woody's Barbecue, it's what we do. Let's eat.
Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars. Make them your AC partner. With honest cost estimates before they start the work with no hidden fees. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC.
If you're a Jaguars fan who's always on the move, we've got the perfect ticket for you with our Bundle at the Bank. You can purchase tickets to 3 or more games, starting at just $58 per game. Whether you're working around a work schedule or excited to share the hometown team with out-of-town family, you get the flexibility you want for your time at Everbank this fall. Visit Jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000 to get your Bundle at the Bank.
Visionaries, builders, and doers. Are you ready to change the world? Miller Electric is your opportunity to shape the future. Miller Electric is leading the charge in electric vehicle technology with our state-of-the-art EV Innovation Design Center. We're working to create a sustainable future. We're also the proud partners of the Jacksonville Jaguars, powering their performance at the brand-new Miller Electric Center. Miller Electric, we provide competitive pay, unbeatable benefits. Apply today. MillerCareers.com. Miller Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Coogan Nation. Time to rise and shine and start your day with Duval Sports Media Big Steppers. Dan Hicken.
You know it!
Jeff Prosser.
It's a big deal.
Gosh, it sure is a big deal.
And E to the T.
E.T. is in the booth.
Rise and shine, Googans. Go time on a Thursday morning. I gotta ease this voice back, man. I could bust through early in the week. We're gonna ease it. I'm gonna go like all old school FM late night, playing the hits for you. Grab your lovely lady. I gotta keep this voice down low, but we are ready to go, man. The wait is over. Your patience is for pigskin has been tested long enough. Here's to new beginnings. The Florida Gators are in Salt Lake City, where they will give us kind of an official big program kickoff to the college football season. The host will be playing the role of the big-time college football program right now, a season full of questions and potential answers for Billy Napier and his Florida Gators, who limped to the finish line a year ago and lost to an Oregon State team that is far from Pac-12 champion, which is what Utah has been the last 2 years. A Utah team that Billy Napier said earlier this week may be the best team that Utah has had, and they have had a bunch. It's a opening day opponent that is going to present challenges for a Florida football team's weaknesses. This does not set up as a smooth entry into the college football season, but there are, where are you at, Gator Nation? Where are you at this morning on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures? Are you hopefully optimistic? Are you eager to see if they can? Listen, it's a legitimate question we should be asking ourselves. Florida fans should be asking themselves, can they play with Utah? That's a fair question. It was just a far cry from expecting to win every time the whistle blows. Florida lost 30-3 to Oregon State in the bowl game. Oregon State. They're playing at Utah. Out for blood. Coming off a loss last year. Preseason top 15. A college football playoff contender. At altitude. With injuries. The first game creates crazy scenarios in sports. And typically the second year for a coach is a proving ground. As I look at the matchups for this game, and by the way, one thing fell in Florida's favor. Cam Rising, the starting quarterback for Utah, now been ruled doubtful for tonight's game. And as I kind of thought along the way, he won't play in this opener. So the Gators will get a backup quarterback, but they get a Utah football team that's built in the trenches and a Florida team that failed in those areas last year. The Gators are going to try and run the football. They may have 5 different starting offensive linemen from last year. And Kingsley Eguaquin from right here in Jacksonville, their talented starting center is banged up. Florida has gone to the NHL route of identifying the injuries. Lower body injury. Great. That's super. Thanks for the insight. But the offensive line is going to be shuffled. And Florida has a quarterback in Graham Mertz that's going to need that run game to set up play action and keep the Gators in this ball game tonight. I think Florida has to strike early. They have to play defense. They have to protect. The offensive line has to perform. Utah led, I believe, the Pac-12 in sacks last year. They have 7 starters back from that defense. We will hear from head coach Billy Napier a little bit later this hour. But 8 o'clock tonight, Florida at Utah, and let the games begin. You know who's had a real good 24 hours in the court of public opinion and the wormhole of analytic measurements? You know who? Calvin Ridley. That's who. Boy, I found myself going down an ESPN wormhole, so to speak, as they tried to identify receivers who this year could break Calvin Johnson's single-season receiving yards record. I believe it's like 1,900, right? Cooper Kupp came close a few years ago. And they started with the entire NFL lineup of receivers, which would be, three per team? Yeah, let's see. Calvin Johnson has the record, 1,964. He did it in 2012. In 2021, Cooper Kupp came 18 yards shy. Last year, Justin Jefferson became only the 6th player with more than 1,800 yards in a season. There are so many big play pass catchers currently in the NFL. There are so many great veteran and young maturing quarterbacks that the ESPN analytics crew took a deep dive to narrow down the real candidates to break that single season receiving yardage record. I'm going to go through the steps, the criteria they used to narrow down the field from initially 96 receivers. The top 3 pass catchers for every team were put into the pool. From those 96, using a variety of factors, again, I'll detail those factors. Next segment, we'll dive into this a little bit deeper. But they go from 96 to 9 receivers who have met the criteria that they believe signal could make them a potential candidate to break the all-time single-season receiving record. 9 receivers. Now, think in your mind right now how the receiver group in the NFL is. E.T., welcome back, my friend, by the way.
What it do, my boy?
Kudos, let you get your stuff together in there, but back in the command center here in Master Control.
Glad to be back.
My man, E to the T. E, would you say right now around the NFL that the receiver position is pretty healthy and bountiful?
Loaded.
Wouldn't you say that, right?
Baked
You can
potato.
you can just start firing off names like Tyreek Hill and Justin Jefferson and Stephon Diggs and Jamar Chase and just keep going. There are a lot of teams, including one here, that have 2 receivers that in many years on many teams could be considered a number 1 top dog. The receiving core in the NFL is just jacked to the max. From veterans who can still bring it like Keenan Allen, like Kevin Lockett, like Mike Evans. There's a lot in that crew. I'm just spitballing top of my head here. To the young, emerging, my gosh, how good can they be? Guys like Garrett Wilson, guys like Chris Olave. To young, emerging Justin Jeffersons, Jamar Chases. To middle ground Stephon Diggs, Tyreek Hills. There are a ton of receivers. From 96 to 9, they went with guys who have met statistical parameters analytically, like a minimum for yards per route run. Not yards per catch, not total yards, but when you line up in man, how many yards per route run do you average? And this includes every play where you're not throwing the ball. And so they set standards for certain categories like that. And from 96 to 9, Calvin Ridley makes the final cut. Wait, what? You're telling me there are 9 receivers who you're giving you're identifying as the best chance to basically get 2,000 receiving yards this year? And we're going to throw Calvin Ridley on that list? Well, now, that's a list, by the way, that when we look at it, is going to include Cooper Kupp and Justin Jefferson and the elite of the elite in the NFL. And here is Calvin Ridley keeping company. E.T., I thought Calvin Ridley was going to be rusty.
That's what they said.
Yeah, I thought Calvin Ridley was away from football. You can't expect to get what Calvin Ridley's best was before.
They don't want him to be great.
Like he's 33 years old or something.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor Lawrence, his skill set, his projections as a passer this year helped Ridley enter this group. But wow, if Calvin Ridley is indeed a top 9 receiver in the NFL, and let's say, which undoubtedly this is a true statement, he will not break the NFL's all-team receiving yards. There's a lot of weapons here to spread it around. But let's say he gets 1,600 yards. Oh, boy. Meanwhile, the hits keep coming, because I also read on NFL.com every year they rank the triplets, right? We know what the triplets are. It's your quarterback, your top receiver, and your top running back. The Jaguars have not been a serious thought in any triplet conversation since Jimmy was playing receiver and Fred or Mojo were running it. And even then, you know, the quarterback wasn't Trevor Lawrence level. I would bet there have been many years, as I think back on this Jaguars roster, I would think there would be many, many years where the Jaguars triplet ranking was dead ass last. I mean, where are you going to put Chad Henne, Chris Ivory, and Cecil Shorts? How's that going to work for you? Well, in this latest iteration, where NFL.com ranks the top rusher and pass catcher from every team. 32 points to the number one player at each respective position. Add them up and count them down. The worst triplets in the league this year, the Carolina Panthers. Bryce Young, Miles Sanders, Adam Thielen. And again, opinions are like belly buttons. We all have them. Sometimes you wonder why. But for what it's worth, continuing on the Calvin Ridley track, we go down through all of the, quite frankly, somewhat pathetic triplet rankings around the league. Many of these bottom teams have one of the three who flashes in the top half at his position, yet they're saddled with two others. Like, for instance, the Cardinals. Cardinals are ranked 30th in the triplet rankings. Their running back, James Conner, ranked the 13th best starting running back in the triplet, conglomeration. But their receiver, Marquise Brown, 30 of the 32 top dogs on each team. And their quarterback, Josh Dobbs, dead last. 32 of 32. And usually this is where we would find the Jaguars, right? Way down there. If not at 32, then somewhere near. And so then I get to play this fun little game now called the scroll game. And so now when you go to a column that's measuring power rankings or personnel group rankings, just about championship contenders, guess what? Now we get to scroll on down when it comes to finding our Jags. You don't find them at 19 or 18. I don't see them in a long tie for 16. Seattle's Geno Smith, Kenneth Walker, and DK Metcalf, they can't hang with our triplets. Let's keep going. They're not at 14. That's where Brock Purdy, Deebo Samuel, and Christian McCaffrey land. How you feeling this morning when I tell you the thought around the league is that the Jaguars triplets connection of Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, and Calvin Ridley is considered significantly better than the Niners trio of Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, and Deebo Samuel. My gosh, how the world has changed. They're higher than 13, where the Dolphins give you 2 and Tyreek. They're higher than 12, where the Titans suddenly land with the addition of DeAndre Hopkins. They're better than Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson, and Alexander Madison. No, friends, you go all the way down to just ahead of the Eagles and the Jets. Number 6 overall in the triplets rankings, according to NFL.com, where Trevor Lawrence lands as the number 6 quarterback, Travis Etienne the number 14 running back, and Calvin Ridley the number 18 receiver. About the Jags and their triplets in his second season, Lawrence looked like the generational prospect he was labeled. Then they go into some of the analytics categories that he was so good at it and so improved at. They write that after the addition of Ridley, the passing attack is expected to reach new heights with Lawrence taking another step forward, having an alpha receiver to lean on. Etienne is one of the most explosive running backs in the league. His struggles in pass protection and smaller frame have prevented him from taking over as an every down back so far. Well, he was an every down back last year when he was healthy, I believe. But to make him even better, even more explosive, even more rested and ready, he doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to be an every down back. He doesn't have to play 90% of the snaps. Tank Bigsby has proven to be more than worthy. All right, let's come back on the other side. It is an absolute mess in Indy. And I will break down in detail for you just how we got to Calvin Ridley as one of only 9 with a chance to break the all-time single-season receiving record. I will kind of take you through from 96 to 9, how the Jaguars receiver got there and how many great receiving names got booted to the side as he continued to rise up that chart. We will also hear from Billy Napier some comments about the Gators opener tonight in Salt Lake City. It's Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday. If these winds and weather caused you any problems, the Custom Tree Surgeons Army is ready to respond. From major damage to maintenance, prevention, any and everything, no job too big or small, our friends at Custom Tree Surgeons will do you right. Go to CustomTreeSurgeons.com and keep it right here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. 1010XL is your home for play-by-play of Bishop Kenny football.
I'm Coach Krause of the Bishop Kenny Crusaders. Our first road game is this Friday night at Middleburg. You can catch all the action on 92.5 FM.
Yo! Football is back, and so is winning season at MyBookie. Look, if you're anywhere near as fired up as we are this season, you got to get a bet in on the action. NFL, college football, and a brand new casino system. MyBookie gives you options to bet and win all season long. First 2 legs of your parlay hit, cash out early and use the bread on another bet. Or let it ride for a chance for a bigger payday. Use early cash outs as a tool to stay in control of all the action at MyBookie. To get started, go to mybookie.ag now and register for an account for free. When you're ready to make your first deposit, just use promo code 1010XL to grab your welcome bonus on the house. You can still even bet on futures like Total and the Super Bowl. So sign up with promo code 1010XL to claim your deposit bonus. And for a limited time, a free chip to use in the MyBookie casino. You can bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. Come on, somebody.
Did you know that hot weather is worse for your car than cold? It's true. Extreme heat can evaporate your battery's fluids and cause corrosion. If you're having a hard time starting your engine, visit Batteries Plus. We'll test your battery free of charge. We have plenty of replacement batteries on hand. Plus, we offer installation on most makes and models, or upgrade to Premier Installation for added protection. Stop by your nearest location or shop our selection online at batteriesplus.com.
You have separation anxiety from your pet? For any services, and I mean, maybe it's veterinary care, maybe you're going out of town, you have to board them. Pet Paradise checks all the boxes to put both you and your pet at ease. Location, location, location. They are all over town. There's a Pet Paradise near your neighborhood, but if you are headed out of town, how about the airport service? Pet boarding and day camp there, 24-hour pickup and drop off. They make it easier for you. Inside of any and all Pet Paradise, you're going to find them doing it better than the other imitators. Here's why. Ultra-modern facilities. The best veterinary care with New Day Veterinary. They even have dog training now. Climate-controlled suites, a bone-shaped pool for them to play around in this hot sun. Most importantly, a staff who loves your pet like you do. For the pickiest pet parent, there is only one choice. The one that checks all the boxes. It's Pet Paradise. Find out more for yourself and locations near you at petparadise.com.
This month, the Key Buick GMC receives special financing on GMC's rates as low as 0.9% for 36 months or 2.9% for 60 months and 4.9% for 72 months. Right now, save up to $10,000 on select new GMCs and no payments for 90 days. As always, a Key Buick GMC, whenever you buy a new vehicle, it always comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty. We are professional grade. Key Buick GMC, corner of Southside and Gate.
Since 2014, there's been only one official home builder of the Jaguars, Dreamfinders Homes. With quality-built homes and a speedy move-in process, we're in 20-plus communities in the best locations across Northeast Florida. Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to live. So get off the sidelines, Jags fans, and get into the game. Let Dreamfinders help you navigate your home purchase and offer great interest rates. Visit DreamfindersHomes.com for all your move-in ready homes and step up your game.
A breakfast deserving of a gold jacket.
This is the greatest omelet I ever tasted.
Breakfast with Boselli.
Monday mornings on The Drill. Breakfast. Brought to you by Epstein & Robbins DUI Defense Firm and Mr. Rooter Plumbing of Jacksonville. Breakfast provided by Chick-fil-A.
Jacksonville is a great place to live. And if you love where you live, you should invest in it. That's why more and more people bank with One-to-One Financial, Jacksonville's hometown credit union. We invest every penny back into North Florida, backing the very best small businesses, nonprofits, and of course the family home. Why put your money with some big out-of-state bank when you can invest in where you love to live? One-to-One Financial, we're your hometown credit union. Sign up today at one-to-one-fcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, Hicken here. I hope your summer's been as fun as mine. We had some great vacations, did some traveling. Must admit, though, I'm looking forward to everybody kind of getting back into order. My youngest going off to college. Everything got is settling down in the house. Man, the house is taking a beating. So the tile and grout, the carpets and rugs all need a good cleaning. Time to call Zero Res. Right now, Zero Res offering the hottest price of the year on tile and grout cleaning. Get your towel and grout cleaned and sealed 25% off. Zero res, man. Spell it forward, zero res, spell it backward. Right way to clean.
Summer's winding down, and we know you want to enjoy what's left of it. But before you celebrate this Labor Day weekend, plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Celebrate responsibly and remember to drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
You've probably heard the saying, it's not how hard you get hit, it's whether or not you get back up. Well, I'm attorney Brett Hastings and I have a saying of my own. If you get hit with a personal injury or wrongful death, hit back and fight to make them pay. At Hastings Injury Law, we have the experience you want if you or a loved one suffer a car or trucking accident or wrongful death. Just call 904-HIT-BACK and we'll help you get up and hit back. Office is Jacksonville.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, back here on the drill. How's your month been? Coco Gauff's had a pretty good month. Already in August, she's claimed 2 titles, just 19 years old at the U.S. Open and hoping to make a run there. Imagine being 19 and being the elder statesman of your matchup in the draw, but last night, Coco Gauff, a winner again, so that's on to the third round for, I guess, what would be the best American hope on either side of the draw. Caroline Wozniacki making a comeback is also a story. If you didn't know, Wozniacki, formerly number 1 in the world, multiple Grand Slam winner, is married to David Lee, the former Gator basketball player. The Gator football team is in Salt Lake City, where they will rise and shine this morning in altitude. There's only so much you can do, and Billy Napier told us earlier this week that they approached it from a research standpoint, that unless you can be there for at least a week to completely adapt, you're better off staying less than 24 hours if possible. So it's a short trip in. They arrived yesterday in Salt Lake. They will obviously play tonight at 8 o'clock. News has come that Cam Rising is doubtful. Billy Napier asked earlier this week just what the Gators are prepping for.
We're preparing for all of the above, is what I would say. And I do think they have very capable players, right? But we got to see Cam live and in person. Know Cam, his family, ton of respect for him as a person, but competitor, leader, football player, he's a real quarterback.
Now, when this game was put on the schedule, Florida went through a big uptick in trying to boost their schedule. Remember, they added the home and home with a variety. They did it with, gosh, I can't even remember them all. I know they did Colorado. I know they did Utah. I think maybe they did like an Arizona State, and maybe one other that I think was more of the big boy level. Shame on me, I don't have it in front of me. But, when they put those things together, this is how fast things can change in college football. The thought was, well, that's not good enough. If you're Florida, go play USC, not, go play Oregon, not Arizona State. Well, lo and behold, now, for the second year in a row, Florida goes into this opener as the underdog against a Utah team that was scheduled non-conference. But Billy Napier has said more than once since he took over at Florida, and he said it leading up to this game, that the challenge of a top team in an early season game can help you get prepared for the season.
Utah's a very formidable opponent. This is Pac-12 champ, back-to-back years. Ton of respect for Coach Whittingham. Just the brand of football, right? Had a chance to compete against them in the past. Certainly last year was a heck of a football game, but they definitely have an identity, and it's one of the reasons why they've been able to perform with consistency and be a contender year in, year out.
And they have been a contender year in and year out. They've won Pac-12 twice in a row. Meanwhile, the college football world, the national writers, they're looking at Florida and wondering when they can turn the corner, right? We looked at Georgia for 40 years waiting on them to do it, right? mean, don't forget the walk in the wilderness that Georgia went through from the time Herschel Walker won them a national title until they went back-to-back 40 years later. Listen, nobody wants to be the Moses of college football and wander 40 years through the desert. How realistic is it that Florida can make the kind of strides this year that will give any indication that they are on a path to that level of respect and ability? They'll head to Utah tonight, a rematch, dripping with revenge. This is kind of an underrated, over-loud, smallish stadium that Florida's going to play. Of course, it shouldn't be a big deal for the Gators. You know, they play in the SEC where just about every week you've got a raucous, often bigger than 51,000 person crowd. Their quarterback, even being a new one in Graham Mertz, shouldn't be affected by all of that. This dude has made road starts at Penn State and Ohio State and Michigan. He's been through the Big Ten rigors. Florida, though, is going to have to be able to play action. They ran for almost 300 yards against Utah last year. They have weapons in Ricky Pearsall. Eugene Wilson has flashed. They have some young freshman receivers. Florida thinks the Gator side thinks they can move the ball through the air. They make some big splash plays in the passing game, but it is all going to be set up by how that running game with really a very underrated running back room. You know, if you look at running back ratings from across the country, Florida's not showing up in the top 10 because of their 6.5 win projection. But ETN and Montrell Johnson, Trayon Webb as a freshman has shown at times down there already what he might be. Florida-Utah is really one of the highlights of a Week 1 schedule that's just primarily because it's a revenge game. The Gators winning in the Swamp last year, Billy Napier, with that win, the first Florida coach to beat a ranked opponent in his debut game. And then things were never really the same. Utah rebounded. They went on and won the Pac-12. Florida slumped to sub-500. The third such time they've been below 500 since 2017. We will see what the timeline is for Florida. They're not used to rebuilds. Billy Napier realized when he got there, we got to a place that needs to be torn down and built back up. Florida not used to rebuilds. How long will fans tolerate an extended one? This is not the season to pick up some grace along the way with some easy dubs. Florida has the nation's not top 10 toughest schedule, not 5th toughest schedule. They have the toughest schedule in the country. Napier has not stagnated. His 2024 recruiting class currently number 3 nationally. Does winning this year at a higher clip, certainly not sub 500 for the 4th time since 2017, how much does winning this year ensure that recruiting class stays intact? Among the many intriguing questions, you can hear Gator football tonight here on 1010XL. You're home for Florida in the Jacksonville market. 8 o'clock kick in Utah. We'll talk more about this game. Again, the news portion of it, Cam Rising, an excellent, excellent quarterback who tore his ACL in the bowl game last year, who has presented as a possibility, if not a probability, to play tonight, now being called doubtful. I believe doubtful. So 96 total starting receivers in the NFL, if you take the top 3 pass catchers from each team. ESPN, using a variety of factors, and now I'm going to explain to you how Calvin Ridley ends up as only one of 9 that ESPN would project to have an actual realistic shot of setting the all-time single-season receiving record. Really? Am I the only one that finds this amazingly surprising? Calvin really hadn't played a full year, almost 3 years. But, buddy, he has brought it already. And, again, this silly notion that there'd be some Ridley rust, that has been so put to bed. It's not even a whisper now in the background. So the top 3 pass catchers, here's how they do it. The data that's considered The first one that makes the cut, it takes you from 96 to 79. You have to fall into the extended playing time. Contenders must have at least one 15-game season in the past 3 years. So they have to have proven they'd be on the field. That eliminates guys like Odell Beckham, who doesn't survive the first cut, right? That kind of guy. They say to have a chance at 19 under 65 yards, contenders must demonstrate an ability to stay on the field. Health can become that barrier for older players, while many first and second year players have fewer opportunities. So that takes you down to 79. Odell Beckham may be the most notable cut there. All right, let's go to the next one. If a receiver hasn't reached a 1,000-yard season since 2020, he's gone. The thought being it's very unlikely if you haven't had a 1,000-yard season in the last 3, you ain't going for 2,000 this year. And that knocks out half the field. We're now down to 39. Of the top 40 players cut, only 7 had ever had a 1,000-yard-plus season and none in the last 3 years. So 40, gone. Among those, the tight ends, they just don't get enough looks to seriously, intermediate routes. They're not going to get to that yardage total. So some good players cut loose there. All right, we keep going down. We're now at 39, and Calvin Ridley is still, all right. Cut 3. Players only who have averaged 2.5 yards or more per route against man coverage since 2020. 19 players move on. Calvin Ridley also hits that measuring stick. They write about this stat, and this is interesting. Yards per route run is probably the best box score metric to measure receivers. Simply analyzing total yards can overly reward receivers who play more, and a per-target view ignores that targets are earned. Why against man coverage? It's generally believed that one-on-one performance is more indicative of overall skill level. And as you cut down to 19 based on that, guess who has averaged more than 2.5 yards per route run? Calvin Ridley. Among those who missed the cut here, Devontae Smith, Amon-Ra St. Brown, but each has not averaged at least 2.5 yards per route run versus man coverage. Jalen Waddle, another who misses the cut here at almost 2.5, but not quite there. All right, we got 19 left. Now we go to the quarterback connections. Only receivers remain whose quarterbacks are projected to throw for more than 3,500 yards this year. That cuts us from 19 to 14, and Trevor's projected for about 4,000. So Calvin Ridley continues to stay alive. DeAndre Hopkins, one of the players who has hit those other measurements, but Ryan Tannehill lets him down here, not projected to get to that. So Hopkins, he gone. Brandon Ayuk misses out here. Oh, I'm kind of surprising that Ayuk hit all those. That takes us to the last category, top trackers, wide receivers with a 70 or better RTM overall. That score is combined but with a couple of different catching categories. 5 players gone, 9 left, and 9 players now are in the fold as having the potential to set that all-time record. The final 9 elite receivers in which they put Calvin Ridley into the category. Devontae Adams, A.J. Brown, Jamar Chase, Stephon Diggs, Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson, Cooper Kupp, Calvin Ridley. Oh, if these projections can be true. You feel me? Wow. Wow. Just, again, good day for Calvin Ridley buzz, that's for sure. The Daily's Double Take is brought to you by the Daily's Dash. Gang, if you're getting that crew up and going this morning on what's going to be a pretty nice day, it's going to be hot, but the humidity's down with the storm having blown through. Get you some of that locally sourced, fresh ground daily coffee, couple of big cups. Get you a couple of those piled high biscuits, and then go back for the Duval at lunch or any of the other fantastic, delicious subs at our Daly's Dash. Here's the double take I took. This is spectacular. Go look this up on your social media or catch it on, one of the sports centers. Did you see what they did out at Nebraska last night?
No.
All right, Nebraska women's volleyball has been a powerhouse. Volleyball in the state of Nebraska has been dominant from Division II to NIA to high school. So last night they had a volleyball night at Memorial Stadium in Nebraska to see just how much support would show out and show up for Nebraska volleyball. Now, the headliner at the end of the night was the Nebraska volleyball team taking on Omaha.
Omaha.
They broke the world record for women's sports attendance. 92,003 fans filled the stadium to watch the 5-time NCAA champion Nebraska volleyball team beat Omaha 3-0. 92,000. It was like the volleyball. That's more than the football holds because they're able to put, stands and seats on the field. 92,000 to watch. It's go find the highlights. It's really quite amazing. 92,000, the most ever to watch a women's sporting event live in any sport, in any continent in the history of the world. Kudos to Nebraska and the passion. This is what happens. Billy Napier, be careful, or we're going to put 89,000 in the swamp to watch the Gator volleyball team because clearly the Husker fan base is so appreciative of success that they put more in for a volleyball recognition last night than they would for a very popular statewide football program. And that's the Daly's Double Take, brought to you by the Daly's Dash. Pure deliciousness just around the corner from you this morning. We'll come back with a football fix. It is a custom tree surgeons Thursday. If the storm got you down, or more importantly, any of your trees down, you know who to call. Go to CustomTreeSurgeons.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
This is Brent Musburger's VSIN Action Update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
The Florida Gators open up the season on the road at Utah today as 5-point underdogs. The total 44 at Rice-Eccles Stadium in Salt Lake City. Last year, Florida upset 7th-ranked Utah 29-26, but the Gators had Anthony Richardson in that one, and he rolled up 274 yards of total offense and 3 scores. Also today, the UCF Knights, a 37-point home favorite against Kent State. Sunday in Orlando at Camping World Stadium, LSU a 2-point favorite over Florida State. Baseball today, Spencer Strider on the mound for the Braves, another 35 favorite of the Dodgers, plus 114. Get your free VSIN subscription right now at VSIN.com. With your action update, Mike Sennett, 1010XL.
The following people are under the influence of no air conditioning.
Oh, man.
Is it ever hot? I can't get up. My legs are stuck to the chair.
Can guys go through menopause?
Why?
I think I'm having a hot flash.
Don't let no AC happen to you. Call Duck Duck Air Conditioning, available 24 hours a day, and they'll fix it right the first time. When your AC system needs a repair, it's time to call Duck Duck Air, 904-862-6769, or online at duckduckac.com. Duck Duck Air Conditioning, a division of Duck Duck Rooter.
Get this thing unwrapped here.
Duval! Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, man. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. Johns County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Daly's Dash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, like me. I'm sure there's a Daly's Dash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course,
oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Daly's Dash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Daly's Dash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
It is Raymond and Austin on All-Star Sports Radio. Our sportsbook and casino sponsor, BetUS.com, is celebrating their 30th year. You can't miss offer. 125% sign-up bonus and up to 30 risk-free bets.
It's called Bet Protect, and you can only get it from BetUS.com. An awesome offer for this season's wild plays.
Nice, like that infamous Tuck Rule back in 2002.
Tuck Rule, worst call in sports.
Man, you're like the old lady in the Titanic. It's been 21 years.
Hey, I'll be king of the world with Bet Protect. It's like having 30 get out of any Tuck Rule shenanigans in my back pocket.
But your back pocket is usually empty, bro.
Keep your shoulder pads on. Is there anything else about BetUS you haven't told me?
The less you know, the better. BetUS has live in-game betting, a 200% crypto sign-up bonus, and online casino for some blackjack.
You've been holding back.
Anyway, folks, get Bet Protect this football season. Visit BetUS.com for the industry's biggest 125% sign-up bonus and up to 30 risk-free bets. Or give them a call at 1-800-MY-BET-US to get started.
Get ready for the power of Godsmack live on their New World Tour with special guests Atreyu and Flat Black featuring Jason Hook, formerly of Five Finger Death Punch, coming to Daly's Place September 6th. Featuring songs from their new album, Lighting Up the Sky. Until now at Ticketmaster.com. Godsmack Live.
Golfers, work hard, play hard with our Labor Day sale at Edwin Watts Golf Shops, happening September 1st through the 4th. This sale is your chance to get a 50% bonus trade-in on all new woods, 15% off all used and demo clubs, 15% off all apparel, and many more deals in-store or online. Don't miss our Labor Day sale at Edwin Watts Golf Shops, happening September 1st through the 4th. Visit us in-store or online at edwinwattsgolf.com.
Your Jags and the NFL. Jaguars Today. Get personal with your favorite NFL team.
From the Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute studios.
Jaguars Today, every weekday from 10 to noon with Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony on 1010XL.
Baloo here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Care you can see.
Is joint pain, soreness, and achiness getting in the way of your best life? Football legend Emmitt Smith refuses to back down to pain. That's why he's a huge advocate for QC Kinetics and their natural approach to getting you relief.
Look, we get one trip around, so I wouldn't ever let pain stop me from hanging out with my race team, traveling with my family, or golfing with my friends.
Emmitt's got it right. And QC Kinetics uses regenerative medicine to relieve that never-ending pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, and back. And the best news, there's nothing foreign being introduced into your body. Just your own body's natural healing properties. No surgery or no downtime.
If pain's holding you back, maybe it's tennis, pickleball, running, hiking, or spending time with special people in your life, what are you waiting for? This is precious time. Get out there and get over to QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522. That's 904-274-5522. 904-274-5522.
Okay, Gator Nation, y'all ready to do that Gator Chomp? It's your boy E to the T. And Brackish Vodka and I have something special brewing for you at Miller's Ale House for the Gator Game Watch Party versus Utah. Join me Thursday, August 31st at Miller's Ale House in Tinseltown for the ultimate Florida Gator Game Watch Party. We taking it to the next level, baby. Ale House is now pouring Brackish Vodka, proud partner of your Jacksonville Jaguar. So gather up all your homies, deck yourself in that orange and blue, and come cheer with me, E.T. Thursday for the Gator Game Watch Party at Miller's Ale House, Tinseltown. Come on, somebody.
Whether it's a mopped floor, a spilled drink, or even a few drops of rain, a slippery situation at a store or business can cause a dangerous slip and fall. If you've suffered injuries in a slip and fall, call Farah & Farah. Our team of investigators will examine the facts to determine if the business was negligent. When it comes to slip and fall cases, the burden of proof is on the injury victim, so contact us right away. When you fall hard, we fight harder. Farah & Farah, Jacksonville.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
we're back. See what you're doing there. I got voice issues. I'm playing back with some smooth, soulful music.
A little razzle dazzle.
Yeah, you know. I feel you. I don't know where the Braves are growing these dudes. I mean, I'm a pretty sturdy Braves fan. I'm aware of the farm system. I know who the prospects are rising up through the ranks. Last night, to finish off what ended up being a sweep in Colorado, Braves improved to 87-45. They've got a big 4-gamer with the Dodgers that starts today. Atlanta, I believe, is exactly 4 games ahead of the Dodgers in the race to the best record in the National League and perhaps the best record overall in Major League Baseball. Their pitching is lined up for the Dodgers series. They'll go Strider, Fried, Elder, Morton, the top 4 in the rotation, which meant last night they had to turn it over to a dude making his rookie debut at Colorado, where the Braves, by the way, had won all 6 games in the season series, trying to finish that off last night. They did. They won 7-3, hit another couple 3 homers. They've broken the franchise record for home runs already with their 250th last night, and it's only August. But the story was Darius Vines. Vines, a rookie, pitched 6 strong innings. Wins his major league debut. Marcell Ozuna has been red hot. He hoping a homer for the second straight night. Kevin Pillar, Arcia also homered. Braves go 7-0 against the Rockies. They outscored them 64-20 in those games. And now, but Vines called up earlier this week from AAA Gwinnett, retired the first 7 batters. He gave up 2 runs in 6 innings, and in his debut, picks up a win. I'm looking through the story to see how many starters this is. I'm pretty sure the Braves set a rookie for a record, for starters used, different number of starters used in a regular season. And this for a team that's 87-45 and has more wins than any other team in baseball. E.T., fire up the band. We got a football fix. The Fix, brought to you by Allstate agent Mandy Bowers in Mandarin. You're never in a fix with Mandy and her team who have a game plan for you. You can now go visit Allstate agent Mandy Bowers and her awesome team at her Orange Park location on Blanding and 295. Same great agency, now with 2 locations to serve you. The Florida home insurance market, volatile place. A lot of challenges that Mandy and her staff are working tirelessly to navigate you so you don't have to. Give her a call, see how you can help. If your home insurance rates have doubled, Mandy's got multiple home insurance carriers that can insure both new and older homes. She has a game plan for every scenario. You find out about your insurance agent, where are they when you need them? And Mandy Bowers will be there. It's Mandy Bowers, Allstate insurance agent. All right, let's get to some of the storylines from around the NFL. The Colts GM, Chris Ballard, met the media yesterday, admitted that their relationship with Jonathan Taylor is broken, but now will attempt to move forward with him anyway, failing to reach any kind of agreement on a trade earlier this week. The All-Pro will start on the PUP list. Ballard saying, I'm not going to sit here and give some rosy picture like everything's okay. It sucks for the Colts. It sucks for Jonathan Taylor, and it sucks for our fans. It just does. It's where we're at. We got to work through it, and we're going to do everything we can to work through it. Relationships are repairable. They are repairable. We shall see. The Colts are not in a good spot to be hosting the presumed favorites to win the AFC South without their best player, Jonathan Taylor, and going with, obviously, a rookie quarterback. Speaking of quarterbacks, Joe Burrow practices for the first time since an injury when training camp first started late July. It was a calf strain. In fact, this kind of pushes back a narrative that perhaps Burrow hadn't been practicing because of some contract dispute. His head coach, Zach Taylor, had shot that down. I would expect that Burrow would be a go when they open against the Browns next week. Cardinals going with Josh Dobbs. I feel like Josh Dobbs has been on like 5 teams in the last 10 minutes. Josh Dobbs, by the way, if you don't remember, and I'm sure you did, it was such a thrilling win. Josh Dobbs is the one that started that Titans game here that the Jags pulled out late with a Dobbs turnover, in fact. But, yeah, the Cardinals are going to go with Dobbs. Well, look, it was a fun fantasy while it lasted. Yesterday, we took a Reddit cue and hoped that rumors about perhaps Nick Bosa being dealt, and more specifically be dealt to Jacksonville, could become a reality. But the 49ers come out yesterday, say they are adamant that Bosa will sign a contract extension and that there is no scenario in which they would trade him. That makes sense. I mean, the 49ers just blew it on a quarterback draft pick that they traded a whole lot to get. You can't now go ahead and deal a cat who's had 18 and a half and 15 and a half sacks the last 2 years.
Yeah, that seemed a little odd.
Yeah. Told you yesterday about the story of Hard Knocks with Jihad Ward, former Jaguar, and Aaron Rodgers and their interaction during the preseason finale. Ward did not like the way it was portrayed, saying his actions stemmed from disgust with an illegal block by Randall Cobb and left Bobby McCain, a Giant safety, concussed, and then the Jets' overall reaction to the situation. Hard Knocks showed the Jets players laughing in the huddle after Rodgers called out Cobb for the blindside block. Everybody going to get pissed off at that. The whole team was pissed off. You know what I'm saying? Preseason and that stuff, you're going to do the same reaction. It's cool, though. That's how they roll. I think we play them soon. It is what it is. But it kind of, the video and audio caught Jihad Ward trying to say he didn't know who Aaron Rodgers was.
They cut it up well.
They cut it up well. They edited it well. And then Rodgers said, I literally don't know who you are. That's Football Fix. You're welcome. Brought to you by Allstate agent Mandy Bowers and Mandarin. Hick and Rival, more come your way next. This is The Drill.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here. The home of Jaguars fans.
We're all a big family, not just a team, but the fans too. They come out and support us, and I believe without the fans, we wouldn't be where we are either.
1010XL.
Mia here, and I want to talk to you about something that will transform your life. With Motto Clear aligners, only available at Aspen Dental, you can now achieve a beautiful smile with doctor-directed care. And for an affordable price, Motto is the smarter way to straighten your teeth. Start today and get $100 off with their Summer of Smiles event. What are you waiting for? Visit aspendental.com/Motto aligners to find a location near you and take the first step toward creating your new smile.
Hey sports fans, it's Hayes Carline for QC Kinetics, and look, I can't make it any simpler. QC Kinetics can change your life. You can live again without that chronic joint pain and without drugs or surgery. You've got to reach out for a free consultation at 904-274-5522 and make an appointment at one of their branches, Mandarin or Ponte Vedra. QC Kinetics is advanced regenerative medicine. They take your body's own concentrated healing properties and put them right into your joint to restore and repair that damaged tissue that's causing all of that horrible pain. The patient satisfaction reports are astonishing. Finally, there is a real alternative to the old ways of dealing with pain. And unlike surgery, there's no downtime with QC treatments. If you have constant pain in your knees, hips, shoulder, or back, you need to call and get a free consultation from the medical professionals at QC Kinetics. 904-274-5522. That's 904-274-5522.
Divorce, menonly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to divorcemenonly.com. Divorcemenonly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Did you know the new 2023 Honda Accord Hybrid has an onboard system that charges the battery so you never have to plug it in? When you think Honda, you think quality, value, safety. Now think hybrid. Visit your local Honda dealer and experience the car of tomorrow today.
We have a personal relationship with our cars. We sing together, we commute together, we even road trip together. It's a beautiful thing. That's why Ratify Credit Union offers a relationship discount program, so you can earn extra rate discounts on your auto loan. Plus, with an affordable auto loan from Ratify, you always get flexible repayment options to help get you and your car on the road. Get matched with the perfect auto loan at ratifycu.org. Ratify Credit Union. Make waves. Insured by NCUA. Equal Opportunity Lender.
It's tune-up time, and Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, wants to partner with you for a cool summer season. Tune up your AC unit right now so it's running at peak performance when you need it most. Just call 777-4300 and order a tune-up for just $59. Keep your unit humming at optimal level. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and take advantage of their savings. Keep cool with Florida Home AC. That's 777-4300.
Yo, ET here, and football is back, and so is winning season at MyBookie. Look, if you're anywhere near as fired up as we are this season, you got to get a bet in on the action. NFL, college football, and a brand new cash-out system. MyBookie gives you options to bet and win all season long. Use early cash-outs as a tool to stay in control of your actions at MyBookie. To get started, go to mybookie.ag now and register for an account for free. When you're ready to make your first deposit, just use promo code 1010XL and grab a welcome bonus on the house. You can still even bet futures like total wins in the Super Bowl. So sign up right now with promo code 1010XL to claim your deposit bonus. And for a limited time, a free chip to use in the MyBookie casino. You can bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. Come on, somebody.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
I-9 Sports inviting the youth of the First Coast to hit the field this fall and play their best fall. Registration now open for fall and winter sports. Just log on to i9sports.com for all the details. Ages 3 and up, making sports fun for kids and convenient for busy families. Brand new locations at Yancey Park on the north side and St. Joe's and St. Augustine. Plus, if you have a full team ready to play, bring them all and register as a team. i9sports.com for kids' fall and winter sports. Enter promo code 1010 for a discount.
If your lawn is not as green as you'd like, it's time to go orange by calling Orange Environmental Services, Jacksonville's highest quality pest control for over 45 years. Frank Frangie here. I've trusted Orange Environmental to take care of our home's pest control needs for years. With the Orange Shield Protection Plan for your home or office, you can relax knowing Orange Environmental will handle pest control, termite control, and mosquito control. Orange Environmental has been giving Northeast Florida peace of mind from bug problems since 1972. Call them today at 272-3284.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson. The Gators will open the season on the road at number 14 Utah this evening. Florida won't see Utah's starting quarterback Cameron Rising. He spent all year rehabbing from a torn ACL. Florida cornerback Jason Marshall says the team is prepared, whoever the QB is.
We're still the game plan and sticking to the game plan and going in whoever's back there.
As the Gators kick off their season this evening, head coach Billy Napier likes what he's seen from training camp to the season opener.
Very pleased with the progress that they've made. I do think that group, their attitude, their approach to practice, meetings, walkthroughs has been really good.
Jacksonville's Jumbo Shrimp resumed their series against the Charlotte Knights this evening after postponing Wednesday's game due to Hurricane Idalia. Game time this evening is 7:05 at 1-1 Financial Ballpark. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by River City Lighting. I'm Sam Nelson.
It's currently 7:04 and it's 75 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
today, the undefeated Florida Gators are in action. I may not be saying that tomorrow, but at least today.
Have you really thought about how the game will go?
The chase is on. The dream is alive. And I'm ready for it. I am ready for it. I don't have a good vibe about it.
No, I mean, we've never been kind of predict the score show.
No.
But, yeah, I'm with you. It doesn't seem to be the best of matchups for Billy. I hate it when my two biggest sources of optimism are that you are most often surprised in game number 1 and in year number 2 of a coach. Like those two things. When you see, like, massive turnarounds, it usually comes in either game 1 where a team is a lot better or worse than you thought they were, or in year 2 of a coach who makes that big jump up, which, has been a pattern in college football history.
First out-of-conference football game for Florida in 40 years.
West of the Mississippi?
Out of the state.
No. Yeah. No, they played at Syracuse, 90s. That's 30 years.
40 years ago.
That's 30 years ago. Heck, here he goes with the math. 91 to 23. Right?
30 years ago.
Yeah, there we go. It's been a long time.
Come on.
30, 40, 50.
Haven't played out west since 1983.
USC?
Had to be.
Yeah.
Had to be.
Well, they're playing. They're taking what might very well be, especially.
And it's not like that sticks out in your head, though. That's why it's because it doesn't matter. Because Florida's out of conference, a lot of times would be Miami or FSU.
Correct. Right. They have not had terrible non-conference schedules, but they have not gone. This is a new trend. Really, Utah starts it of them being willing to go on the road and play these, home and home series.
91 was when they played.
Yeah, they played at Syracuse. Kirby Dardar.
38-21.
And that was a good Florida team that year, and that was an unexpected outcome. So Utah is a snake pit. It's they have a long home winning streak. It's one of the toughest places to play in the Pac-12.
14 in a row at home. Ricky Pearsall is the only guy who's played there. He went out there with Arizona State. Arizona State was up 21-7 at the half. They lost 35-21 or something like that.
Well,
waxed.
The reality is this, too. I mean, I think the local Kingsley Ngakouan is the only returning starting offensive lineman, and he may not play. They may literally have 5 different starting linemen. They're down a couple that they thought they'd have. They got a couple of transfers, one from Bama, one from Baylor, and so it's going to be it's the first time to really see. It's hard. You probably got to guard against a little bit whatever happened in the bowl game. Those typically, there's no carryover from that. Different teams try different ways, but it is a tough, only 51,000, but it's loud. It's a tough place to play. There's altitude. There are a lot of factors here. And what I was going to say, that offensive line that is, patched together for the first time, I believe Utah led the Pac-12 in sacks last year. I mean, they're big. They're trenches.
I wouldn't necessarily use patched together. It's just new.
Okay.
If you think it's patched together, then we're dead.
Well, my point is, I didn't mean patch as a negative term. It's all new.
Yeah.
There's not one single returner on that line, unless Ngakouan plays, which Florida now, by the way, we're apparently like the Boston Bruins because the injury report now is lower body injury. What are we doing?
Yeah, I don't like all that stuff. But with all that said, if a very good Utah team doesn't have its starting quarterback or its second-string quarterback and its tight end, who had like 9 catches last year against Keithy, had like 9 catches.
And the other one is the first-rounder this year.
Yeah. Then,
Well,
my problem with Utah is I remember the second half of the game last year, and I remember some big Utah running backs just running through Florida. So Austin Armstrong and this D-line, D-line's much better. D-line, well, we'll find out.
Yeah, exactly.
Because this is a legit program in Utah, and I don't think Florida wins. I hope I'm wrong. I can't get the last couple times I watched the Gators play, and what's that different about them? What's that different about Florida that from last year to this year? I know there's some new faces, but they're young kids. It's a tough spot to open things up
for sure. And like I said, it's just.
My
biggest optimism comes from unknown progress that has been made from last year to this.
I will do this. I will not, because I did it last year, and so I think that we all felt really good after the first win.
Sure. First Florida Gator coach to beat a ranked team in his debut ever.
Started adding up some dubs real quick last year, and it didn't prove out that way. It was a roller coaster year. You even got to 6-4. Again, you were at 6-4, and you
Anthony
were right
Richardson killed him early in the year. He had that great game, and then he regressed,
Yeah.
right? The Kentucky game through the pick six. He just didn't play.
Well, that was the only one, right?
Yeah, that's true. He put the
fairness,
numbers up at Tennessee. Yeah,
Yeah.
The Kentucky. But the Kentucky game kind of stalled the season, it felt like.
Well, no, because didn't we play South Florida before that? And South Florida was Kentucky was second.
Yeah.
But South Florida was just an abomination.
But Richardson didn't play great that game either.
No, but the defense gave up over and over and over. That was like, oh my gosh. So it'll be fun to watch though. It'll be fun to see them, and I guess you come out and you just hope that you see improvement. You see ball plays that make you go wow.
Right.
You see decisions on the sideline that make you go great call. You see. And they're really only great calls if they work. So that's how it works in the coaching world. But
well, Florida has, by all the analytics, the toughest schedule in the country, in part because they're playing at number 14 Utah tonight on Thursday night. In 2 weeks, it'll be number 12 Tennessee coming to town. Number 1 Georgia, number 5 LSU, number 8 FSU, all the weight.
Yeah. So it's going to be it's great, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to sit there and watch them tonight, and appointment television for a lot of us, and we'll see what happens. And tomorrow we'll be breaking down a football game.
And you can hear the game, obviously, tonight at 1010XL. You're home for the Gators here in Jacksonville. Is that FM or AME? Do we know that?
Yeah, I'm still looking for it, but I'm almost positive it's going to be on the AM.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Hello, E. How are you, sir?
What do you do, Dano?
Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you, my
Glad
boy.
you're back.
Yeah, appreciate it.
You see our guy D. Murph taking the family up to Citi Field to throw out the first pitch at Citi Field before the Phillies-Mets game September 29th.
That's cool.
Welcome home, Daniel.
Good.
Welcome home, D. Murph.
Could have had him come over when he was up there at, Long Island.
Could have. This is a whole big, nice little event and a family thing, because I know he's taking his family up there. So that'll be cool. So I'm happy for him.
Well, it was certainly an interesting
guys,
summer.
DJ Stewart had a hell of a game last night.
Best game of his career.
Metropolitans, good for DJ, man. I mean, this guy, he's got like 9 home runs in 13 games. He's making noise to be back next year with the ball club. So he is getting to play every day and taking advantage of it. He has said, his words, not mine, how tough it is when you don't play every day, and it is. It's a tough ask, and right now he's getting in the lineup, and he is delivering. So anyway, that was
well. I guess that's at least some individual.
Bowles High School.
At least it's some individual success to offset the fact that, my God, I used to play for the Orioles. Right, DJ Stewart was an Oriole. I mean, probably in a perfect world, you wish you were still on that team. They mashed their way through. The Braves and Dodgers start a big 4-gamer tonight.
By the way, Austin Barber played last year, didn't he? Austin Barber was a starter last year, the Trinity Christian kid for the Gators.
He was a starter?
Yeah, I'm almost positive. I guarantee he started a handful of games, so check on that. I'm pretty sure in thinking about that.
I was going by an AP story.
Because I know they got the Baylor kid. I know that if the center doesn't play, I get that. And the other kid, Leonard, played some too.
The Gators could – yeah, I'm just talking about the full-time starter. They have the Gators could be without Kingsley Agakwan, their lone returning full-season starter on the offensive line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know he started games.
You got right guard from the Baylor kid.
Yeah, that's what.
You got right tackle, the Alabama transfer, Damian George.
13 games last year, 5 starts for Austin Barber.
So 5 starts there. Richie Leonard, the fourth, made 1 start last year.
Yeah.
I mean, without Igakwan, you got a grand total of about, as a Gator, about 4 or 5 starts on the line.
Still inexperienced.
So very, very much.
A lot bigger, or they're getting bigger. They're getting SEC bodies out there. But it's a huge test. Utah's very good in the trenches.
Gator game will be broadcast on both the AM
and
the FM.
I was going to say, I was pretty sure it was FM. So if you're out and about tonight, you're going to hear it on both sides. Florida opening and with the top 15 team. It will be a top 15 matchup, and that's the challenge that Billy Napier has to rise to this year. He has to start building towards being a top 10 team. He has to keep an impressive recruiting class intact. And both of those, must-dos begin tonight in Salt Lake City.
I was, yesterday with the day off on the TV side. Pretty much a lot of folks were off yesterday, and the weather. Hopefully our friends on the other side of Florida
they got banged up pretty good.
Got hit with some good storm surge. So, but anyway, worked out fine here. Wasn't bad at all. Thankfully, a lot of wind. Good windy day.
Yeah.
Actually walked by the in the bay yesterday. I had some kids out flying a kite.
Go fly a kite, kid.
It was terrific.
Don't see a lot of kite flying like you did back in the day.
I remember the last time I flew a kite with, it had to be Brooks. It broke off the string.
That always happens.
It just took off.
There it goes. She gone.
Say goodbye, Brooksy. There goes the kite.
Last time we flew a kite was on a beach trip years ago.
There goes the kite.
I mean, it's gotten to be because of where there's so much stuff hanging and over around, and it's hard to fly a kite just in a neighborhood like the old days.
But I wanted to ask this question to you and E as well. Just thoughts on this, but you know me. I told you I've said a few times on the program how much I love the Suits show, and I've pretty much finished it up. I think there's a 9th season I'll go find, but I've gone through 8 seasons of it. And I'm telling you, I personally fell in love with Louis Litt, the character.
Okay.
Like I thought the guy, he's just a nut. He's crazy, goofy looking dude, just awesome. And so my question to you is, tell me off the top of your head, and I think I know who you'll pick, but who's the best TV character you've ever seen?
Wow, you're giving me a question, top of the head. That's a hard one.
Yeah. I was just curious about it, so I Googled it just to see it. One name that popped up a lot.
Michael Scott.
Yeah, Michael Scott.
Yeah.
I knew that's who you would pick.
Yeah. I just like that show overall. You can vary which characters, are hitting the sweet spot for you.
Like if you went to the Seinfeld show, would you pick Costanza or Kramer over Seinfeld?
I would pick Costanza.
Yeah.
He's the funniest, most neurotic.
Yeah.
They were all so close and so good.
But you wouldn't pick the lead guy probably.
I wouldn't pick Jerry. He was never as good an actor as the other ones. You could he was good in the show, but you could tell it. The other ones just seem so natural.
And
and
if you go way back, you could go like, I'll give you another one, another show I didn't watch. So, is it Breaking Bad?
Yeah, I watched that show. That's those are.
A couple of those guys.
Those characters are degenerates, Dan. They're not real embraceable. They're good characters. They're well acted, and that is a great show. Maybe the best show, if I had to name one of the best show of all time. But I can't find a single character. There would be people that would argue me. They would pick.
Fonz was big in our day.
For sure.
And JJ Dynamite Walker was big in our day.
Yeah.
Mary Tyler Moore. Mary Richards.
Yeah.
Urkel.
Yeah, we're kind of we come fast forward, way forward to things more current, and it's different now too because TV isn't what it used to be.
Well, now you pick guys
Streaming
off of shows of Netflix.
Correct.
Or
right.
Yeah, so Homer Simpson would have to get some picks, right?
No. Yeah, for sure.
One of the dudes from South Park.
No, and the people would go with the Breaking Bad. I mean, not Breaking Bad. The what's the one?
Game of Thrones guys.
Yeah, there's too many deaths, and they kill them all with it before
I'll
you get
give
to
you
like
one.
them.
Soprano.
What's the
We'll
show?
get a lot of
What's the show with the smart guys? With the I'm losing my mind, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Help me out, text line.
Smart guys.
Smart guys.
Yeah, they're all the brain, the rocket scientists, and they live together. And Kaylee Coco is the girl across the street, and
Young Sheldon.
Yeah, the Young Sheldon, but the show ahead of it. It's
I didn't watch that one either.
Oh my God!
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory. That's what it is.
Dang, I don't even know how I knew that.
Yeah, Bing Bang. People are coming in. J.R. Ewing, Fred Sanford, get some votes. These are way
Fred
back.
Sanford, that's a good one.
Yeah. Barney from the Andy Griffith Show.
Fresh Prince.
Fresh Prince is a good one. Yeah. A lot of them rolling in.
But to me, like Louis Litt was up there with the best of them.
Yeah, I didn't watch that show, so I wouldn't be able to.
So good. So anyway,
but I could see Michael Scott winning that. He played that character perfectly, and it was a fun character week to week.
Yeah,
for sure.
So the boys will send some in today, and we'll look at some of that, and we'll hang
columns that you don't like to read as your baseball team prepares to head to Dodger Stadium.
Okay.
Front page. Hopefully the cell phones were collected by manager Brian Snitker before they got on the plane in Denver and flew to Southern California. But a headline on ESPN's homepage for MLB. They're the best, and it's not even close. MLB execs on how to beat the Braves. I don't like hearing that. There's 45 times this year they've took the field where that wasn't the case at all. And, I'm not sure if baseball's execs understand that the Dodgers are absolutely freaking steamrolling right now, 21-4 in the month of August. They have closed the gap with Atlanta. They're about to host them for 4. And if you get to the postseason in a short series with them or the Phillies or the Mariners or the Rangers or the Orioles, they most certainly aren't not even close to those that they'll be playing. I mean, I like it. I like the compliment. It's the not even close part. I mean, we're 30 games in, and you're only 4 games ahead of people. It's not like you're running away on some record pace. You feel me?
Yeah. All right, let's do this.
Thought I'd share that.
Let's take a break and rock and roll through Thursday. We got a lot going on today. We got the Cat Chat. Doc Murphy will be along.
We've got Doc Murphy later this hour. We've got the 10-minute drill when we return, and we're loading it all up on a custom Tree Surgeons Thursday.
Now, Downtime with Dan, brought to you by Ameris Bank. Whether you need help with business, personal, or mortgage banking, we're with you. Ameris Bank is an equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Hey, cool thing in Lincoln, Nebraska last night. 92,000 plus fans watching 5-time Natty champ Nebraska volleyball beat Omaha. That's right, I said Nebraska volleyball. They played at Memorial Stadium, and they had more people in that facility than have ever watched a women's sporting event. They had more people in that facility than have ever watched a Nebraska football game because they could put more fans down inside the stadium, down on the floor of the stadium. But so kind of a neat thing. I just made me wonder. Florida volleyball has been terrific through the last 25 years with Mary Wise, and I would suspect if I'm a college program of a good volleyball team, I might decide to play one inside the football stadium, and even if I could draw 50,000, it would be quite a spectacle.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
At Ameris Bank, we're invested in the success of your business. Our local bankers are ready to help you improve your cash flow, optimize your operating accounts, and access financing when you need it. From treasury services and digital banking to loans and lines of credit, we offer tailored solutions to help your business thrive. At Ameris Bank, we're with you. Visit amerisbank.com/withyourbusiness or walk into one of our branches today to get started. Ameris Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. All loans subject to credit approval.
There's some economic challenging times out there, and I can't speak for everyone, but for me, it's comforting to know my money is in good hands with ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. Look, I'm not an expert about the economy, man. I sit there, and sometimes those guys will talk French to me, and then I say, put it in layman's terms, and that's exactly what Chris Bryant, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, and Reed Wingate do for me. From Junie Bug to Juju, 3 generations of Hickens invest with our friends at ITP Partners, who, by the way, give back to the Jacksonville community. And it's not cookie-cutter stuff. They listen. They give us individualized strategies where our goals are the priority. My goals are different than my son's, for example. Get in the game, guys. ITP Partners, always there to help. If you have any financial questions, thoughts, concepts, Chris at ITPPartners.com, Chris at ITPPartners.com, or you can call them at 904-312-9751, 312-9751. ITP Partners, my financial partners for life.
It's Raymond and Austin. We're back on All-Star Sports Radio. Celebrating their 30th year, our sportsbook and casino sponsor, BetUS.com, is offering a 125% sign-up bonus plus up to 30 risk-free bets.
It's called Bet Protect, the perfect offer for crazy plays, like the famous butt fumble. It's the GOAT of embarrassing plays.
Really, remember when you bet me you could do a live show with a GOAT as your co-host, and he face-kicked you?
Thankfully, I didn't take the under on that one.
Anyway, folks, get Bet Protect today. The industry's biggest 125% sign-up bonus plus up to 30 risk-free bets. BetUS.com, where the game begins.
Hi, this is Dale Murray from South Georgia to Central Florida and coast to coast. The Murray Ford Superstores are still putting the customers first and cranking out the deals those big city dealers can't touch. It's no wonder everybody's driving to Murray Ford Superstore to purchase their new vehicle. It's simple. If Murray Ford Superstores doesn't have it, the manufacturer doesn't build it. Plus, you get a 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified new and pre-owned vehicle. Shazam! Holy Jesus Aruba,
Batman, how do we do it? There's no reason for your purchase to take all day, running around with those big city dealers and being flim-flammed with those big city prices. Nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. And we'll trade anything from aluminum cans to minivans. Be American, buy Murray Ford Superstore. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray, in Stark or Kingsland. I'll be waiting for you. And remember, at any Murray Superstore, it's all about you. Shazam!
Hey, this is Stevie Beechurst of Beechurst Plumbing. Growing up in Jacksonville, I was always proud when my dad would point at a building and say, I did the plumbing for that. That's the same kind of pride we instill in every plumber here at Beechurst Plumbing. And that's the kind of pride you can expect when you hire Beechurst Plumbing for your home or business. Right now, we're doing summer specials to get your project going. To find out how we can help you, visit BeechurstPlumbing.com. BETROS Plumbing.com. Beechurst Plumbing, here to help.
Coming face-to-face with nature can take your breath away.
Heart's gonna be pounding pretty good, I'd say.
Jeff Lageman, Captain Kevin Favor, and Captain Kirk Waltz. The Nimnicht Outdoor Show, presented by Duck Duck Rooter. Saturday morning 7 to 10 on 1010XL.
Need protection? Call Craig and Christine Kaprosky at Goosehead Insurance. The Kaproskys are a husband-wife team committed to finding you the right coverage at the right price in just a few short minutes. For home, auto, flood, or specialty insurance, Craig and Christine Kaprosky are the answer. Craig.Kaprosky at Goosehead.com.
I want my Woody's barbecue.
High Flying Jacko here, and when you have barbecue on your mind, I highly recommend Woody's Barbecue. There's one near you, whether you're in Green Cove or Fernandina, or all points in between. Woody's Barbecue's been cooking it low and slow for over 40 years.
For over 40 years, we've been making the best barbecue in town. See you at Woody's Barbecue today.
At Woody's Barbecue, it's what we do. Let's eat.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
AutoZone is more than a parts store. It's where we help you solve problems like, sorry I'm late, my battery died. And
I need a jump again.
At America's #1 battery destination, you can find the right battery at the right price with options starting at only $89.99. And we offer free battery testing and charging whenever you need it. Get the parts and help you need to get the job done right at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Attention sports fans, we've got an exciting announcement for all you golf and football enthusiasts out there. At Fourscore Golf Tavern, we're taking the game day experience to a whole new level. Picture this, hitting the perfect drive on our state-of-the-art golf bays while catching every touchdown on our massive screens. That's right, we're combining the best of both worlds, golf and football, made even better with our elevated food and craft cocktails, right here at Fourscore Golf Tavern in San Marcos Square.
Have high cholesterol? At risk of heart disease? You are not alone. Westside Center for Clinical Research is hosting a Sip and Science event. Join Dr. Michael Koren and Dr. Jackson Downey at this free RSVP-only event. Learn how you can reduce your risk of heart disease. Join us Wednesday, September 13th at 6 p.m. Free mocktails and hors d'oeuvres provided. That's why it's called Sip and Science. RSVP at EncoreDocs.com. That's ENCOREDOCS.com. Don't wait. Take charge of your heart health today. EncoreDocs.com.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
The coolers are full at your local Gate gas station, making it easy for you to cruise in and cruise out with little downtime. Ice cold Coronas, Natty Light, Stella Artois, and Michelob Ultra. Don't forget the king of beers, Cold Buds. Gates got them in the cooler, waiting for you.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. The 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Is brought to you by J-Dog Junk Removal. Veteran owned and operated.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
On 1010XL.
Hit it.
All right. Sports concepts and rationalizations coming your way. It's a 10-minute drill. We kick it around here. I always find it funny when the Jaguars do their practice squad. To me, and listen, I'm glad that a lot of the guys stayed. I always get a kick out of it. We'll never talk about the practice squad again.
Well, I will
so-
say this. We don't talk about it because we don't notice and really recognize, but they get performed. Like Corey Peters by the end of the year last year was making plays. He was on the Jaguars practice squad before
There's
he joined
one.
the team.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
there are some that pop up and down, but to your point, yeah, if you can't make the 53, it is what it is. These are just emergency players if all heck breaks loose on the injury front and otherwise. But there have been offensive linemen that have shuffled in and out, some receivers, some special teams type players.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, to your point, the best thing about the practice squad is being able to, at least somewhat protect what you think is a prospect. You can put Nathan Rourke there rather than having to release him. And if somebody wants him, they got to keep him all year, and it makes it less likely. And I believe in the NFL now, you can have that third quarterback up on game day. I think they changed that after what happened to the Niners last year in the playoffs.
Practice squad players make $12,000 per week, $216,000
Not
for
bad.
18 weeks. Veteran players with 2 years experience will make a minimum of $16,000 per week, or $289
yeah.
for 18 weeks, and a maximum of $20,600 per week, or $370,000 for 18 weeks.
I guess that depends on the priority, and that's why a guy decides which practice squad he's going to if he's a vet. It used to be back in the day there were like 5 of them, and they could have no experience.
Yep.
They've changed it so much now. You're allowed,
16 players it's now.
You're allowed like 5 veterans, like of whatever experience, and that's what Peters fell in. I mean, he's retired because of age, but he was at one point on the practice squad last year.
Teams now have more flexibility with using practice squad players on game days. They can be activated on game day before the team announces their inactives. Player doesn't have to be elevated from the practice squad to the main roster for the move. This could happen with up to 2 practice squad players per week. Veteran players changes. Another change over the last 3 years is eligibility requirements for veteran players. Gave you the weekly payments. Teams must complete their rosters, so they have that done.
Like the veteran,
Yeah.
like Tavon Campbell played a meaningful amount of football for the Jags last year. He got sent down to the he falls in that veteran category. Seth Williams, who we liked, right?
Yeah.
With 7 receivers, I think he's the only other. Does he? No, Jacob Harris too on there.
Mm-hmm.
So they kept those 2 receivers. So basically, all of those receivers except Austin are still here in some form or fashion. If things go off track there.
If a practice squad player is signed to the active roster, he gets a minimum of 3 weekly paychecks, even if he is released before spending 3 weeks with the new team. So you don't have to keep him, but you got to pay him. That's how that works. So it's interesting. What's a NFL minimum paycheck? I don't know. So it's more than the practice squad, though.
I think it's up to like $1 million, right? In the minimum, like $800,000 now.
No, the minimum salary for an NFL player is $750,000.
Yeah, almost $800,000.
It increases to $870 for a player with 1 year experience and $940 for players of 2 years experience. So you can do the math on what that would be, but that's more than what the practice squad players get. So anyway.
Well, I read a couple columns yesterday that really I'm old enough to remember when they said that Calvin Ridley would be rusty when he came back. You remember that?
Yeah.
Was that years ago they said that? I don't know. But it has proven to be, of all the cliches that we go to, and we wondered ourselves, that one was proved the most ridiculous by Ridley himself of anything that has ever been questioned. And he came in saying there's no such thing as rust, and he hasn't been rusty at all. And now all of a sudden, nationally, the expectation, the respect for Calvin Ridley is higher than it has ever been since the Jags traded for him.
Mm-hmm.
I read an article, Dan, a column on ESPN that narrowed all 96 receivers down to the 9 who could legitimately threaten 2,000 yards receiving this year. And the names are, just as you would expect, Diggs and Hill and Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase and Cooper Kupp and Devontae Adams and Calvin Ridley.
If I were going to pick one player who I think could get 2,000 yards receiving, I would pick Tyreek Hill, just because of his pure speed. And I don't think there's anybody who can take a 10-yard slant and go to the house better than that guy. So that would be the guy I would pick. I would think that, and he gets a lot of balls, obviously. He's a diva, and he wants the football. If he doesn't get it, things get mentioned.
Were you engaged, because sometimes in the summer we're on vacation, but did you catch Tyreek Hill had a boast this offseason. Did you catch that? He said he was going to be a 2,000-yard receiver. Remember that, E? At one point this summer, Tyreek Hill, that's what he said, that he's going to be a 2,000-yard receiver this year. Just watch him. So it's interesting that you
that would be the guy I would pick.
That you believe. I heard you mention that Nebraska spectacle last night with the volleyball program. a real cool moment for the coach who said, you know what? For one day, I get to feel like I'm the Nebraska football coach.
Yeah.
It is amazing that is an amazing show of support by a fan base. That is crazy, dude.
It's a good fan base.
That's 92,000. It tells you how desperate they are for the football team to thrive.
Oh, yeah.
That's more fans than have ever gone to a football game because they could push people onto the field, that obviously you can't do during a game. But the Nebraska volleyball team, who's won 5 national titles in their history, did an open. It was a state of Nebraska, by the way, celebration. There was a high school game, an NAIA game, and then ultimately Nebraska.
Well, I mean,
played
if I were, like I said, in downtime, if I'm Florida, I'd probably plan one out, take advantage, and see what I could do. I'm not trying to set. I don't know if you'll get. I don't think you would ever get 92,000, but if you got 40 or 50,000, that would be a pretty cool night. If you're Florida and you're hosting, you bring in a top 5 volleyball team, bring in Nebraska and play them, in Gainesville, or if you're wherever. I don't know who the great volleyball programs are, but I know I think Florida lost to Nebraska in the Final Four recently.
Yeah, I think so too.
E, can I have some pop quiz music?
Oh boy,
you might have looked at this, which would render it. Well, you don't have to say, and then you'll look genius-like.
Either way.
I'll take the top 5 all-time receiving performances in a single season. Please. I'd like to know the 5 receivers.
I have not looked at that. Well, I know it's Calvin Johnson, Cooper Kupp.
Yes, Calvin Johnson's record was not beaten. Cooper Kupp.
I think Kupp set out to give him the record. If I remember that right, I think he didn't play the second half of his last game or something.
It was something.
In deference, though, I remember him referencing that he didn't. I don't know.
And also, he was saying something because there's more games this year. Like he played more than when Calvin played.
Maybe that's what it was.
1964 to 1947. So, I mean, if I'm Cooper Kupp, I'm 17 yards away. I'm like, let's.
What am I looking for?
I'm
looking for the top 5.
Yeah, it's 3 more.
Well, I know Justin Jefferson had 1,800 last year. I don't know if that gets him in the top 5, but I'm gonna go Justin Jefferson.
The game ends.
Is he 7th?
6th.
All right. Well, hold on then.
1809 he had last year.
So what are the 3 numbers that I'm missing? All 1800s?
Yeah.
Did Jerry Rice do it one year?
He did. He did it. He's 4th all time at the age of 32. Jerry Rice had 1,848 receiving yards. The GOAT.
The other one, gosh, it's got. Did Moss do it one year?
No.
Is it
Randy Moss's best year? By the way, Jimmy Smith 19th all time, 1636
single season.
And Moss?
No, he's not up there.
Moss isn't even ahead of that.
Wow.
Which would surprise.
What was Jimmy's high? 16 something?
1636. Moss was 1632, 21st.
So what? And the number I'm missing, number 3?
Or missing 3 and 4. No, 3 and 5. I'll tell you, it's no big deal. 3 you should get. Shame on you, Julio.
I would have got
1871.
Yeah, I remember that year.
And that was in 2015. And then Antonio Brown, 1,834 yards.
Yeah. Now that one's forgettable. I probably would. I know how.
Both in 2015.
I know Julio. That was the Falcons Super Bowl year. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. You would know better than me.
Yeah.
So yeah, Julio would not be a. It's interesting. Like Julio and Cooper Kupp and Calvin, are those big play guys?
They're. Yeah, I think so.
To me, a lot of these guys are not like Tyreek Hill, big play guy. Antonio Brown, big play guy. Torrey Holt, big play guy. A lot of these guys are more Jimmy Smith, big play guy. Randy Moss, big play guy. But I guess we shouldn't differentiate as much because, like, Justin Jefferson, greatest play guy, but is he a big play guy?
I think those.
He gets open.
I think all those guys in the top 5 are big play guys.
They got to be.
Personally,
I mean, you can't have 1,900 yards and not be a big play guy.
Right.
Right? Makes me interested about yards per catch.
That's why, and I'm looking at that, and that's a stat reserved for the old time guys when the only time they threw were bombs. I can't find a single.
Is Bob Hayes still at the top of that?
The top active player, and I use the word active loosely, is Deshaun Jackson at 17.6.
Yeah.
Again, these are career numbers. I'm continuing to go down. Josh Gordon barely active is next, 17.0.
Jalen Waddle, 17.9. Per season. I don't know the hell these guys.
Yeah, I have an old list because Waddle isn't even on here yet. So anyway, thank you. Pro Football Reference, usually better than that.
Yeah.
Homer Jones, your all-time leader. Where's Homer Jones? A Giant?
Homer Jones just passed away recently. Shout out to Homer Jones.
He's a Giant, right?
Yeah.
I thought a little bit later with college football officially getting underway here. Gators, by the way, can hear tonight against Utah on the Gator Network, FM and AM on 1010XL. ESPN has put the entire college football field, 133 teams now, into 20 different tiers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in Gainesville, you might want to say TEARS, the way it's gone of late, but it'll be interesting to see where teams fall and just how each tier is defined.
Well, let's turn our attention back to the Gators when we come back because
we got Doc Murphy next, too.
Yeah, one prominent college football guy said, feels like tomorrow night, this was yesterday, is the most important game in the Napier era so far. Win and everyone starts to forget about last year, lose and last year gets compounded. I don't know if that's true, but I think there is a sense of urgency and importance for this game.
I could see the skies falling.
And he said so far, so yeah, because I mean, right now, if you tell me I'd rather beat, if I could only win one, I'd rather beat Tennessee at home than Utah on the road personally, but.
And I don't know if you're ready, but the Mel Kiper's first big board is out, and you're doggone right. We'll at least recognize that and put some tags on it.
The one tag I'll throw at is it's another piece of evidence as to why I'm taking FSU plus 2.5 on Monday night.
No, yeah, I get it. A lot are. I mean,
there's a guy on there that I was like, he's like the second receiver in the country.
Well, that's the transfer then, right?
Yeah.
I haven't looked at the list yet. What is it, Coleman?
Yeah.
Michigan State kid?
Yeah.
I don't recall him being described as such, but wow, that's a difference.
I saw him.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Yeah. I think he might be the second receiver on the board.
I'm just clicking on the list. He's 14th overall. Yeah, second-ranked receiver in this class. Hasn't even played for FSU. 58 for 798, 7 touchdowns last year.
Man, that's pretty.
And he's got Jordan Travis now. He loves his tape. Ooh, yeah, that changes things, and that's fair
ahead of the LSU receiver
Malik Neighbors.
Yeah.
That's close enough though that's a draw in a game like that.
Okay, but then I got the running back who's also in the on that list.
He puts Trey Benson top 25.
I don't know if he's top 25, but he's like top 5 running backs in the country for the draft.
He's got him 5th.
Yeah. So anyway,
he does not have Jordan Travis in the quarterback list though. Not in the top 6.
No, that's okay.
Yeah. Doc Murphy is next to Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday on the Drill.
We've got tickets to Godsmack. So you crank it up if you want to go see them next week, 641-1010. Just come kind, come courteous, come correct to E, and you can pick up those tickets now.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. High school, college, and pro.
As good as it gets!
Your home for the most play-by-play is 1010XL.
Hi, I'm Frank Frangie. Looking for a remix of our original sandwich? Well, the new Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich is a flavorful spin on a familiar favorite. Created with Chick-fil-A filet, a drizzle of honey, pickled jalapenos, and a spread of savory pimento cheese, the new Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich combines your favorite flavors with a new twist. Available for a limited time only. So stop by and enjoy one today.
Did you know that many cooling companies are now part of big conglomerates with no connection to Northeast Florida? In the past, they have concentrated on heating and air conditioning, but after a buyout, many add plumbing and electrical services. This raises their overhead, and those costs are passed on to the consumer. It's a case where bigger isn't better, it's just more expensive. Not Mike Merritt's Heating and Air. Mike Merritt remains family-owned and operated. Merritt's focus has been the same for more than 30 years, keeping Northeast Florida comfortable, no matter what the weather. And there are no overtime or weekend surcharges. Mike Merritt's team does not work on commission. They repair only what needs repair and offer replacements only on what can't be fixed. And unlike at giant corporations where you can feel like just another number, with Mike Merritt, you'll feel like number one. Florida license CACO 50384.
Picking here, some summer is over. We got football tonight, gang. But hopefully you had a great one. Hopefully you had a lot of friends and family over. And if you did, it's a great time to get that house tidied up with the cleaning freaks from Zero Res. Man, do they do a job. You know your tile and grout, your carpets and rugs, they all need a good cleaning. So right now, if you call Zero Res, they're offering the hottest price of the year on tile and grout cleaning. You get your tile and grout cleaned and sealed for 25% off men. Zero Res, spell it forward. Zero Res, you spell it backward. It's the right way to clean.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Listen up. This Labor Day weekend, Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet want to celebrate you with all your hard work. It's easy. Browse hundreds of new and certified pre-owned vehicles online marked with our wow prices. Go find the one you love and come in and buy this weekend to make it yours. Plus, get a free 65-inch TV or barbecue grill as a special treat. Don't miss this opportunity to get a great deal and a great price. Starts Friday, ends Monday, only at Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville. Don't make me come get you.
PRP treatment is kind of the thing these days, and in many cases, it eliminates the need for surgery. This is Sheridan Tootin, and my experience with PRP from Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has been nothing short of great. I'm really feeling much better now. Ask your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist doctor about PRP treatment.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Coach Steve Spurrier, Shane Matthews, Chris Doering, and Dan Hicken round up the Gator greats for a preview of this year's team on the Gators Roundtable podcast, brought to you by 1010XL and Safe Harbor Seafood Restaurant and Market. Find it where you find podcasts.
I'm with Greg Mackey from Cycles of Jacksonville, and even though you're the place to go for fun, you're also a place to go for generators, and right now with a storm coming, people need generators.
And the Honda lineup is amazing. They make the super quiet model, inverter technology, the electricity super clean. You can have conversations with them. You can back up your whole house with a Honda generator. So we have them in stock, and we're ready to ride.
So you have generators big enough that could run everything in the house?
Absolutely.
Check it out, Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency for generators.
Jumbo Shrimp Baseball, presented by FIS, is home all weekend at 1-to-1 Financial Ballpark. It's Coors Light Thirsty Thursday tonight, and then Red Shirt Friday and fireworks tomorrow, presented by VyStar Credit Union. The first 2,000 fans Saturday get a free mug courtesy of Maxwell House. Then on Baptist Health Sunday Family Fun Day, it's a special Sunday fireworks show. Visit jackshrimp.com for tickets. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball, affordable, family, fun.
Whether you are looking for a job or an employer trying to hire, there's only one stop in Jacksonville, Remedy Staffing. Labor trends keep us guessing. As employers, the job market's been strong. So what does that mean for workers' availability? If you're interested in the workforce solutions or how the Remedy team can help you, call or text Crystal at 904-329-9802. 329-9802, Remedy Staffing.
Beat the heat at Best Bet. We're paying out over $600,000 during the month of August with events like our $1,500 high hands. The action is on fire and there are tons of daily poker tournaments going on all month long. Come play the hottest games, including Ultimate Texas Hold'em, 3-card poker, 1-card poker, DJ Wild, and Pai Gow. Stay cool this month at Best Bet. For more information, visit bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555, Jacksonville.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists is not affiliated with the NFL or the Jacksonville Jaguars. Discussion regarding injuries is solely based on opinion. Coming up, the weekly Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Medical Report featuring Dr. Kevin Murphy, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon specializing in sports medicine, upper extremities, and arthroscopy of the shoulders and knees. Dr. Murphy is a nationally and internationally recognized orthopedic expert. He's a former orthopedic consultant to the White House and the Pentagon, and currently serves as head team physician for UNF, the Jacksonville Icemen, and Northeast Florida area high schools.
You better crank it up. The good doctor is in. Office hours are open. We got DKM. That's Dr. Kevin Murphy to you and me. He's pumped about the On Brave Old Army team. They open up in Monroe, Louisiana on Saturday.
That should be a better trip than when they go to Baton Rouge, Louisiana a little later this year.
I don't know. Might want to talk to your AD buddy on that one. LSU, I'm sorry, who?
Who scheduled that one?
Yeah.
Boy.
So, how are you, Doc?
I'm good.
Hey, bring me some towels, would you, Bubba?
We have a lot of injuries to go over and a lot of shifting and stuff going on. DeJuan Smoot officially goes on the PUP list. That means he's out for the first 4 games. Remember, he tore his Achilles last year, so not quite ready. Hopefully he'll be ready soon enough. But, just an Achilles takes some time.
Well, it takes time to heal, and then it takes time to get that push-off power back. But, a year is plenty of time.
It is plenty of time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we've seen, like, the running back Cam Akers last year tore it in training camp and had 100-yard years, but
yeah, plenty of time to come back. I mean, the thing heals in 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're just rehabbing. So that's a long time. And some of them, when they heal, they just don't have the same push-off power, and that may be part of it.
Offensive lineman Josh Wells also goes on IR, but he'll just again 4 games or whatever. Actually, he went on before the season started, so he's out. Yeah. He had a hip injury. But I want to ask you about Ventrell Miller. I don't know that he necessarily tore his Achilles. No one said he, quote, tore it, but he did injure it. So if you don't tear it, what did you do to it? You strain it?
Well,
it almost tears? What is that?
Yeah, you can tear it in the muscle tendon junction or just where you have the muscle goes to tendon goes to the bone. So where the muscle and the tendon connect, you can tear it there. Doesn't need fixed. You can't really fix those. But it takes a while to recover. So it may be that they're giving them time to recover. Because usually if you tore the tendon, you're getting that fixed. So we would have already had it surgically repaired in that case.
How do you rehab an Achilles like that? If you don't, is it walking boot?
Well, you usually put it in your foot in a flexed position to start to make sure the fibers are connected, and then you slowly stretch it out to get the full length back. That's why it takes so long.
Von Miller tore his ACL in week 12 last year, which would have been, my guess would be, late November, basically. And he'll miss the first 4 games as well. Should he be back yet or not necessarily?
Yeah, 9 to 12 is my number.
Yeah.
9 months is kind of the gold number where if you're before that, you're taking a little risk. Some guys can get there, but it's unusual. These high school kids and college kids I see to come in with that, I tell them 9 months is kind of the minimum.
Joe Burrow, calf injury, returning to practice, should be ready to go for the opener. But he was out a good amount of time. Does that suggest to me that there was a tear in the muscle? In all likelihood,
when I saw it, I thought it was Achilles. When I saw the way
right. I remember you said that.
And so his may have been that muscle tendon area of the Achilles. So it's hard to know. We don't know all the details, but that implies to me that that's what that was. They had a partial tear of that or a tear in the muscle area.
We also learned that Cam Rising won't play tonight by all indications.
Well, doubtful at least.
That's the quarterback from Utah.
We had figured that.
Yeah. And so, but when will he play? How much does a week's difference make at this point? Does it make a lot, or how does that work? Because, here the football season is here. And listen, it was a long shot for him to be ready to go. Obviously, he did it in the Rose Bowl, which is the start of January. But so kind of what does an extra 7 days do?
So nothing. 7 days. Yeah, to answer your question.
So he may not be ready next week either, though, is my point.
Yeah, true story. So, what we do is do objective tests. So we send them to this place called Torque. And they do some objective measurements. It's not they don't come in there and try to be their buddy. It's not a rehab place.
Right.
It's they go in there and test them and train them to get to the point where they can be back on the field. So it's objective measures, hops and jumps and strength tests from one side to the other. And if you're less than 5% deficit, you're a go. If you're greater than 5% deficit,
so you have some actual numbers that you base this
Absolutely.
on.
It's objective measure. It's not eyeballs. It's
not,
numbers.
hey, it looks good. How does it feel?
Right.
All right, you're good. Go on out there.
Right.
Okay.
That leads to re-tears.
Okay.
Right? So you want to have some objective numbers, and maybe in a week
He'll
his
go back
numbers
and
will be
get tested
good.
again.
Sure.
Okay.
But if you don't meet the 5% rule, for me, you're not going back.
It's kind of, but do you have the numbers previous to the injury too? Do you have base numbers that you compare them to, or no?
No, you're
it's-
comparing one side to the other.
Oh, okay.
So, it's
the good knee to the bad knee, if you will.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Because now they do have Friday, Saturday. I guess they get 9 days until their next game, September 9th. They play Baylor. So, but yeah, we're off and running. Then September 16th, September 23rd. I mean, I guess they probably know. Hey, you're probably still a month away, or maybe it's close, but we just can't, put you out there.
Yeah, and sometimes I remember we looked at pictures of Saquon Barkley's quad that was so far down, but sometimes the strength isn't as big a deficit as the size looking at it. So that's why, it's not an eyeball test. It's an objective measure with some numbers.
NFL teams put their players through kind of a standard baseline, how healthy are you test, right? It's a 6 score, an SIC score. Have you heard of that?
Yep.
According to Pro Football Docs, Jonathan Taylor's got a 91 6 score, SIC, affirming that that's pretty healthy entering 2023, yet he's on the PUP list. Hick, I mean, this isn't like a medical question per se, but it's a medical issue, so I thought it'd be a time to bring it up. I mean, the physically unable to perform list is there for a reason, and that sure seems like they are navigating around that said reason. He had, was it an ankle last year, Hick? Now let's see, he underwent an arthroscopic debridement procedure at the end of January that was reportedly a success, and that he should be fully recovered from at that point. What is it?
We've done a couple of debridements.
What do we got?
Together.
All right, tell me what these fancy word they use for ankle sprain. What
It's
do we
a
got?
lot like Tua's rope thing.
Okay.
Well,
arthroscopic debridement. Does that mean he got divorced? Debridement.
Arthroscopic debridement. We
Okay,
basically
my
go in
bad.
And you go in and clean it up. He's got some wear and tear in there, and you go in and clean it up and get all the loose pieces out of there. He probably had some injury to his ankle, the dome, the talus. Part of the ankle where he may have had some loose pieces in there, and you just shave and smooth that all out. So it doesn't sound like a repair of anything, but it's a success. You always say, I always laugh about it. You left the operating room, and they say it was a success. Well, what does that mean? He's not back playing, so clearly it wasn't terribly successful.
I guess the innuendo is he's not hurt at all. They're using the PUP just to stash him while they try and trade him, and which would be a complete violation of the trust of what the PUP list and what the NFL's injury situation is. Is there any scenario that an ankle injury that was operated on in January is not good enough to play? I mean, he's walking around. He seems healthy,
Well, there is.
Okay.
And if that's the case, he's not probably ever going to be ready to play.
Okay.
That's the downside.
I gotcha.
If that's the story, then he's probably got arthritis that every time he runs it swells. He can't play.
That wouldn't be good for his trade value. So
No.
the Colts may be outsmarting themselves if they were, gonna kind of stash him
'Cause
on that PUP list.
if you did just a debridement and went in and cleaned it up, what you're cleaning up is some arthritic wear, and most likely. So if that didn't make it better, you're running out of good options for him.
Do we get a better idea on what Cooper Hodges' patella injury is based on the fact that they did not put him on season-ending IR? The Jaguars' offensive lineman from Baker County was one of the real pleasant surprises of the preseason, Hick, right? I mean, he came in a late draft pick and established himself as an NFL-caliber player, at least at that part of the NFL calendar early. And
now if you tore the patella tendon, you're done.
But if that were the case, they would have put him on IR already, no?
Correct.
Okay.
And he would have had surgery for it. So it was more than likely his kneecap subluxed or dislocated and popped back in, that he ripped the ligament that connects the kneecap to the femur.
Is that a surgery or is that a –
Typically not.
Okay.
Typically, initially you don't operate on it. You brace it and rehab it. If it becomes a chronic looseness problem, then you can go fix that.
on a big old interior lineman, is the brace a pretty – that would seem to suit that position better than, say, a running back or a receiver?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Good point. Yeah. So the cutting planning is more likely to have that kneecap slide out.
And I'm not saying that they're counting on Cooper Hodges to be if they're counting on him to be a starter or a mainstay on that O-line this year, I doubt that, but they did elect to keep him. And so my question would be, how long until he would be ready to go? He did that in the Dallas game, Dan, the second preseason game, right?
Who?
Cooper Hodges.
Yeah, that was
This is
early.
the
It was on a PAT, and he got pushed back. No, that was Detroit, I think.
Was it the last one?
Yeah, it was Detroit.
Yeah, that's
Second
probably
to
a
last
6 week, 8 week kind of deal.
Okay. So, and Hick, isn't there a shorter IR you can be put on? Like a 6
No, IR is different than PUP. PUP is 4 games. IR is.
I thought there was an IR where you could designate to return, but they had to
Yes,
miss at
there
least
is.
8.
That's like 8.
You know, well, if
Yeah.
he's going to miss 6 to 8, you say
Yeah,
maybe?
8 weeks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So could be in that.
I got one more, Doc. We talk all about the Utah quarterback. The tight end ain't ready to go either. That's Brant Keithy. He tore up the Gators last year, one of the 2 tight ends. And he did his ACL September 24th. So could that be a setback?
Yeah.
Somewhere along the line? Is that most likely a setback somewhere along the line, or is that not necessarily a setback somewhere along the line?
Well, you know, we
'Cause
get
that's a year.
Yeah, we get into this.
Or 11
You're
months.
ready, you know,
Yeah.
early. 12
Right.
months is kind of 9 to 12 months.
Okay,
I mean,
so-
so if you're 12 months, that's in the window for me.
Okay.
So I wouldn't call it a setback.
Okay.
but
Not
he certainly
necessarily.
isn't ahead of. He's certainly not ahead of schedule.
All right. Anything else? Did we miss anything?
Yeah, I have just one homework assignment. I hate to give such an esteemed,
Oh.
surgeon,
Doc.
the Forrest Gump of Jacksonville, if you ask me. But I have a homework assignment.
Okay.
Because I'm not as familiar with the NHL. You're a hockey guy. You're both hockey guys. But me just being dumb old, stick and ball sport guy, I'm going to need you because apparently there's been a big change with the football team that I cover and follow, the Florida Gators. And I'm going to need you guys, hockey. Next week, I'm going to need a list of everything that can entail an injury report that says for a football player, lower body injury. So if you could kind of just tell me,
We're gonna be here a while.
It's a hip, it's a hamstring, it's a thigh, it's a knee, it's an ankle, it's a foot, it's a toe, it's a Liz Frank, it's a patellar tear, it's an ACL, it's an MCL, just a complete list. So I would have some idea on just where my football players are with their, quote, upper body injuries and lower body
Could be
injuries.
That is a hockey thing,
Yeah,
isn't it? It's
right.
amazing they get away with that.
I mean,
Could be a breedment. Maybe we need to
well,
do
then we know
another
that
one of them.
we would say out, a breedment. Doc, appreciate you, my man. Have a
Thank you,
great
Doc.
week.
Thank you, boy.
That's Doc Kevin Murphy, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, JackSportsDoc.com, and our Thursday morning insider into the injury situations across the sports world.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
For the Michigan Wolverines, and Jim Harbaugh gets his win over Ohio State.
Hi, I'm Jim Harbaugh from the University of Michigan on 1010 XL.
Feeling hot and bothered? Don't quack up. Call Duck Duck Air Conditioning at 904-862-6769. Our licensed and experienced technicians will make your home or office a cool and comfortable oasis.
Duck Duck Air Conditioning, keeping you cool and quacking all summer long.
Like an offensive lineman protecting his quarterback at all costs. That's what Craig and Christine Kaprowski do for us. This husband and wife team have teamed up to take care of our insurance needs. They're going to get us protection in a fast, friendly, affordable way. And I mean affordable. My daughter went to them, and she saves more than $100 a month. I've sent others to them who they'll tell you straight up, no, you've got a good insurance situation right now. Stay with it. Homeowners, auto, flood, you got a boat. Look, insurance costs are going up. It's a great time to get that checked. And Craig and Christine are part of the Goosehead Insurance family. I trust them with my insurance needs. Maybe you should as well. If you want to get a checkup, they're easy to find. 904-478-8422. That's 478-8422. Or Craig.Kaprowski at Goosehead.com. That's Craig.Kaprowski, Koproski at Goosehead.com.
This Labor Day, take a day off from work and put your money to work for you when you shop with my friends at Arlington Toyota. Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned has an unbeatable inventory of over 500 used vehicles all in one place. I'm talking cars under $18K, over 200 SUVs, and more than 100 pickup trucks. And just in time for Labor Day, you can drive now with no payments until January 2024. Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned, open all day Labor Day, 10939 Atlantic Boulevard or at arlingtontoyota.com.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Yo! Football is back and so is winning season at MyBookie. Look, if you're anywhere near as fired up as we are this season, you got to get a bet in on the action. NFL, college football, and a brand new casino system. MyBookie gives you options to bet and win all season long. First 2 legs of your parlay hit, cash out early and use the bread on another bet. Or let it ride for a chance for a bigger payday. Use early cash outs as a tool to stay in control of all the action at MyBookie. To get started, go to mybookie.ag now and register for an account for free. When you're ready to make your first deposit, just use promo code 1010XL to grab your welcome bonus on the house. You can still even bet on futures like Total and the Super Bowl. So sign up with promo code 1010XL to claim your deposit bonus. And for a limited time, a free chip to use in the MyBookie casino. You can bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. Come on, somebody.
Electricians, innovators, and tech enthusiasts, listen up. Miller Electric is shaping the future, and we want you to be a part of it. From healthcare and data centers, corporate offices, aviation, and industrial facilities, Miller Electric is powering the most exciting projects in Jacksonville and beyond. We offer not just a job, but a thrilling career with great pay and incredible benefits. Visit us at millercareers.com to apply. Miller Electric, where your skills meet our vision, and equal opportunity employer.
Cold beer and good grub. That's what you'll get at Taps on 210. Just a great neighborhood feel where friends and family get together. Check out Taps in the Winn-Dixie Plaza, just west of 95 on County Road 210, proudly supporting our 9 After 5 weekly. Head there for a cold one.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
Aren't you just happy when you can handle all your needs in one location? Well, introducing Allstate agent Mandy Bowers in Mandarin. Whether it's home, life, business, or auto, Mandy covers it all. In fact, bundling policy is a great way to add extra savings. Mandy and her crew can do that. Allstate is offering lower auto insurance rates this year. Mandy can do that. You need to give Mandy Bowers a call in her Mandarin office, because when it comes to getting it all done under one roof, Mandy can do that.
This is Sheridan Tootin, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, and Dr. Kevin Murphy put my right shoulder back together a few years ago, and I'm still feeling great. Now I'm using PRP treatment for my knee pain. No matter what you're dealing with, if you're enduring any orthopedic issue, my only recommendation is Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
Call us at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist if you ever have a need.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson. Florida wide receiver Eugene Wilson III was named to the 6th annual Sean Alexander Freshman of the Year watch list announced by the Maxwell Football Club Wednesday. Wilson is the first Gator in program history to be named to that Freshman of the Year watch list. Deion Sanders is preparing for his first game at Colorado. However, one of the most famous Noles says he isn't a Nole when questioned.
And you're a Nole, my friend.
No. I thought it's where you graduate from, isn't it? I'm a HBCU grad.
Hurricane Idalia threw the high school football schedule for a loop. Numerous area schools have canceled, postponed, or shuffled their Week 2 games due to the storm. On Wednesday, Duval County Public Schools said it would tentatively have games back for Friday night, with the exception of 3 games that have been canceled or postponed. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Batteries Plus. I'm Sam Nelson.
Currently, it's 8:08 and it's 76 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Get ready for some daydreaming as Dan and Jeff look around the NFL and how it pertains to the Jaguars. Brought to you by Dreamfinders Homes, defining the future of new home construction as the best home builder in America.
All right, since 2014, Dreamfinders Homes sponsoring the Jags, the only official home builder of our Jacksonville Jaguars. The AFC South is not any great shake this year, except for the Jags, who have star quarterback, the only team with a star quarterback, coach who's won a Super Bowl. 2 of the teams are going with first-year duos at that, right? Mm-hmm. The Colts have a first-year coach and a first-year quarterback. The Texans have a first-year coach and a first-year quarterback. If you can't beat those guys, it's not good.
Well, you get them 3 times in the first 6 games.
I don't want to put the pressure on the Jags, but Jags, you cannot lose those 4 games.
Well,
is that fair?
especially with 3 in the first 6. By the time you get Houston again late in the year on the road, a lot of things can happen both ways. I wouldn't expect, but I mean, the Jags beat the Bills the year they had 3 wins, right? I mean, so stuff happens. But to your point,
I mean, if you're 8-1 and you lose that game, it's not the end of the world. But if you're, and I'm just throwing records out, but you don't want to lose to Indianapolis and Houston in September. My God, that would be a disaster.
Never mind, you don't want to lose. You have to win those games, and I would expect them to beat just like Peyton Manning's teams would beat a Blaine Gabbert-led Jaguar squad. It shouldn't be much different. Jacksonville should roll into Indy and beat them 34-14.
Yeah, and look, the Colts. They've already said they're going with Anthony Richardson. He's thrown less than 900 passes between college and high school. Look, the
never had a winning year.
The guy who, experience-wise, reminds you of Anthony Richardson is Trey Lance. It didn't work out so well for him. So
the only difference is that Anthony Richardson does have that, the Florida-Georgia atmosphere playing at Tennessee.
Yes.
He's been in bigger, bigger fish bowls. But, yeah, I mean, experience-wise, there's 13 college starts does not necessarily point to a spectacular debut.
No.
Anthony Richardson, we've watched every Anthony Richardson pass a year ago. We've seen him play. You can confuse him. I would imagine that it would be a good opening day for the Jags. I would imagine they'll get 2 or 3 interceptions because Richardson is seeing things and learning on the fly, and he's not ready yet.
Would you rather be...
What about, by the way, the Colts not playing him in the second preseason game?
It made no sense.
Golly.
It made no sense. Who would you rather be? Houston's roster or Indy's roster? I would rather be Houston's roster.
I would too. And I'm not looking at
Houston,
both
no
rosters.
question.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Houston has, again, to be determined. Forget the quarterbacks. We'll see, whichever one. But I've got Will Anderson.
Yeah, they got Stingley.
I got Dameon Pierce. I got Stingley. I got that Tank Dell kid who they raved about in the preseason.
Michi?
What's that?
Michi. Yeah.
What's that? They have they have a good defensive back there, a safety who made a ton of tackles last year. What was his name? You remember who I'm talking about?
I do. It's
Petrie.
Yeah.
Right? Is that how you say it? It's like Jalen Petrie. Anyway, I like those young guys. Shaq Leonard seems like he's hurt every year.
And Dameon Pierce is a solid
That's what I said,
starting running back. Listen, with a proper quarterback, there are folks that think Nico Collins is got a high upside. And again, Michi, was it? Is it Michi? Mechie, cancer, right?
Yeah,
leukemia, right? Set out a year, but a high ceiling for him once he gets up and going. And they signed Dalton Schultz, a tight end. That's better than any tight end that the Colts have. So yeah, I think the Colts are the worst team in the division.
Dreamfinders Homes can help you navigate your home purchase and offer great interest rates as well. Tennessee is the team of concern, and there's a toughness about them, and they back it up. I mean, Jeffrey Simmons is a really good football player. Danico Autry is a really good football player. Their front seven gave us fits at the end of the year last year. So I mean, that's it. Byard in the back on the backside. And if Derrick Henry, who shows no signs of slowing down, despite people seem to be ranking him down some this year, and he had 1,500 rushing yards last year. I don't know why they do that.
It's just the you assume. Now look, not every running back falls into the cliche of wear and tear and a certain amount of carries in it. Look at Frank Gore and Curtis Martin and Jerome Bettis. Imagine if Derrick Henry continues to carry the ball into the age and with the effectiveness of, say, Curtis Martin and Frank Gore. I mean, could he approach the all-time rushing record?
Well, that's saying a lot. I don't know, but I'm not going to dismiss it.
What is Derrick Henry? 28?
Yeah. You talking about career?
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't think he can get there.
Where's he at? 8,000?
Yeah, he's got a long way to go. It's 10,000 more yards.
Yeah, 18,000 is the record. That's Emmett, right?
Yeah. Emmett's like 18,255. That's my guess. I wonder if that's right. Can you tell me Emmett's number?
It is 18,355.
Oh,
very close.
Bad gum. So,
anyway. But Emmett played. Wow, Emmett did it in 15 years.
Yeah.
And you look at Gore, he played 18 years. You look at Curtis Martin. He only played 12, 13 years. Curtis Martin's probably underrated. I mean, he's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. That's our look around the AFC South. Since 2014, there's only been one official home builder of the Jags, Dreamfinders Homes. And to celebrate for a limited time, Your chance to lock down rates and get in the game in 20-plus communities in the best locations in Northeast Florida. Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to live. So get off the sidelines, get in the game right now with Dreamfinders Homes. Dreamfindershomes.com, easy to find. They do a terrific job in the community. Herb said something yesterday that made me shake my head.
SMH?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gummit Herbs. Herbs yesterday was on, I don't know, some podcast or something.
Sure he was.
And I don't mind Herbs picking LSU, but this is what he said. So tell me what you think of this.
In the LSU-FSU game,
yes,
you mean?
He's picking LSU to beat FSU. Okay, that's fine. You think LSU's going to win too. That's fine. He says, quote, I think this Florida State team is a year away.
Now, that's stupid because the best players are leaving after this year. Yeah, that's like
I didn't do my homework.
That's like when he's here and, ask who Aaron Donald is. I don't know what to tell you. That's a stupid thing to say. And by the way, shame on an employer who would pay a guy for his insight if that's how aware he is. FSU's, all those guys that you mentioned that fell on Bell's big board, they're all one and done.
Yeah.
I mean, after this year, they've been there more. I mean, Jordan Travis gone, Jared Verse gone, Keon Coleman gone, Trey Benson most likely gone. So they're not a year away. That is the dumbest thing that has been said this preseason. This is the year because of this eighth-year quarterback.
Yep.
The quarterback, listen, I'm sure they're developing behind him, and I think now that FSU has gotten to a new spot, they're not going to go back down to any basement-level dwelling. They're not going to go back to college football's steerage. But the quarterback play this year.
This is their year.
Well, right.
This is their year.
It'll be much better than next year.
It all sets up for them this year.
Yeah, next year would be a year where they might have a slight decline.
Correct.
Yeah, that's a really, really dumb thing to say for a guy getting paid millions of dollars to say.
Come on, man. Just do a little homework. I know you probably, you're a Big Ten guy because you're on Fox, but if you're going to talk about that game, you got to know.
E.T., can I get pop quiz music, please?
Let's go.
This is...
You want to ask me about Ronnie Mauricio's stats? Is that the pop quiz?
I don't know who that is.
Okay. Shame.
I'm going to give... I'm looking for the top 5. I'm going to put the over-under at 3.
Oh, it's a tough one.
And you're going to...
60%.
And the first 2 are a layup.
I'm not good at those.
I
choke on layups. It's like a 2-foot putt. Or it's like a 60-foot chip, and there's water in front of me.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of hard, by the way. I don't know if that's a choke. It's a simple question in its design. I need to know the top 5 active leaders in career rushing yards. I need the top 5 active leaders in career rushing yards. You know Derrick Henry is the active leader. We said that during the segment earlier with 8,335, just 10,000 shy of Emmitt Smith. Derrick Henry is at 8,335. I need to know the rest of the top 5, the over-under 3.
You son of a beast.
The problem with this list, I'm going to give you some hints.
No, I don't want any hints. Let me just.
Well, just a fact. Okay, it's not really a hint.
I'm going to guess one that I think Chubb's been doing it long enough that he'll be in there.
Well, that's going to...
Game ends?
No, it doesn't end the game. Oh, wait, hold on. He's 5th or 6th. He was definitely on the list. He's 5th.
All right.
6,341, Nick Chubb. All right, so that gives you 2. Really, you only got to get 1 more.
I know 1
3
more.
remain. Okay.
Well. I think I know 1 more.
Okay.
Because I think this guy has more than Chubb.
Okay.
He won rushing. He might have won. Can I run it by E?
Sure.
E.
Holla at me.
He's always eligible for the over-under pop quizzes.
I like E's NFL knowledge. I like to lean on him occasionally. I'm thinking Zeke. He has more than Chubb.
He got more than Chubb?
He has to.
I like that. I like Zeke.
Ezekiel Elliott is 73 yards behind Derrick Henry. He's 2nd among active rushers. He has 8,262.
I like the way you did that, Dano.
2 left. You got number 3 and 4.
E, I got 1 more.
Holla at me.
Oh, this isn't good. Jeremy Fowler reporting that free agent defensive end Trevis Gibson is signing with the Titans. 10 sacks over the last 2 years.
Yeah, 5 years.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking Cook.
I like that.
Dalvin Cook.
And the game ends. I'll give you the top 5, and then we'll see where Dalvin Cook is. That wasn't a bad guess. I thought the reason I put it at 3, the reason it's so hard, you got a couple of grinders on here that have never been among the best in the position. They've just played a lot of years. Mark Ingram is actually pretty close to Zeke and Henry. He has 8.
Wait a minute. I just saw Mark Ingram on TV.
In a suit.
In a suit. He ain't active.
Well,
Ain't no way.
Until the 22. I'm just going by through 2022 then.
I just saw him doing
All right,
Fox TV the other day.
All right. Well, let me see if you would. Let's see. I will tell you this.
Give me number 6.
If number 6 is Dalvin Cook,
I'm in.
Dalvin Cook is number 6.
Okay.
Has Dalvin Cook signed with it? Yeah.
Oh, well, here it is. Former Alabama running back Mark Ingram has not hung up his cleats
There you
just
go.
yet.
Okay.
Ingram, who is currently a member of Fox Sports Big Noon Kickoff,
Okay.
is not opposed to playing in the NFL. in
Well,
2020.
again, I've got him active. I'm not going to get him. The shenanigans.
He hasn't
It's a tie.
officially. Yeah.
Anyway, Ingram has 8,111. He's 3rd. 4th, I could give you a million guesses. I'm sorry. Dalvin, by the way, is not 6, so it wouldn't matter. He's 7. No.
Who's 6?
4th is Melvin Gordon.
Oh,
right?
wow.
I
Never.
never got that.
Yeah, 6,462. Huh?
Is he in Denver?
He got
I thought he got
waived by
cut back.
Baltimore.
Oh,
Wow.
Right now, he's on the waiver wire. Nick Chubb was 5th, and number 6 is another one you would not have gotten if I'd given you a million years. Ironically, he's played for like the same teams that Ingram played for. He played for the Saints. He's played for the Ravens. Latavius Murray.
I was going to say Latavius Murray.
Oh, wow.
He's UCF, isn't he? Latavius Murray.
I think so.
6,252, which is more than UCF for Latavius Murray. By the way, while we talk about college football and the openings, in the Gators opening tonight, UCF makes their debut as a Big 12 member. It's not a Big 12 game. They'll take on Kent State.
They play tonight.
Yeah. There's a bunch of games tonight. There's one conference game that's, Nebraska, Minnesota play tonight. So I think that's on Big Fox.
Big Fox?
Big Fox has got that one.
I'll give you another Friday 5-pack. I'm really thinking hard on.
Man, you are ready to go. I, as
chomping at the
typical,
bit.
haven't even looked at anything yet.
You know I'm all over
Tomorrow is
FSU.
Friday, and tomorrow is the Friday 5-pack onset, huh?
Yeah. You know I've
Wow.
locked into
Look at
FSU.
Brubeck coming in with a little
I miss Dave.
teaser.
R.I.P. Take 5 quartet. How about this one? Tell me what you think of this one.
Oh, boy.
He trying to psych you in. Tell me what you think, Jeff. Tell me
Listen,
what you think.
you have no say anymore after what you pulled last week, young
No,
man.
hey, we up.
Yeah.
We up.
You should have heard him last
Hey,
week.
Jeff waiting
Frost.
on you, man. Jeff waiting on
When
you.
I was down 500, I kept saying, well, we're down 500 in the degenerate. Every time I'd say it. Every time somebody'd say, what you mean we? What you mean we?
He wasn't
What you mean we?
He wasn't including
Hey,
me.
then I see him Saturday night at the game, Pross.
We up.
And he's bouncing around.
Hey, we up.
He goes, hey, we up. I go, yeah, I went 4-0. We up, we up.
Like, what you
I
mean
go,
we?
you son of a gun. How about this one? This isn't locked in, but I'm strongly considering. You ready? I'm strongly considering, Jeff Prosser, taking the Buffaloes of Colorado.
I like that.
Plus 20.5 against TCU.
I kind of like that.
I think Shador will score some points, Jeff.
Yeah.
Keep it close. What you think? What's your
It's a hard one because it's easy to get feel some Deion magic around things, and he's put together. But boy, you got
new team.
You have 50,
biggest new team in college football history.
You have 56 players you're trying to put together on the fly against a team that was in the national title game a year ago.
Yeah.
That would be the one thing that would scare me, but that is a lot of points.
That's a lot of points.
That's a lot of points.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, what were we just going to say?
Me?
We were talking about something, and I went off track. I apologize.
That'll happen.
All right, well, let's do this. We'll take a break. We got the Cat Chat coming around the corner.
Okay.
We'll catch up with him. He is a two-time defending Friday 5-pack champion.
Unfortunately,
coming
he
here
is.
with his chest puffed out.
When it comes to March Madness, not so much.
Talks a lot of smack.
He does.
But the last time he competed, he lost. for the record.
I just have taken my spot and just kind of in the middle. I've just been in the middle of the sandwich the last 2 years, and I'm okay with that. Anytime it's a contest where they don't care if you finish first, they just don't want you to finish
I just
last.
want to make sure, do we need to get this contract signed, unlike the golf shenanigans that Jeff pulled?
Got to set the
that
rules.
we know the loser of this spins the wheel. Is that a fact?
I think we already knew that.
Did we?
Yeah, just as we know that the golf loser
After
has
the golf shenanigans.
just as we know, if you listen to the show,
When he sat there and told us week after week, "Don't worry, I'll be fine.
The golf
I'll spin it, but
correct.
I'll be
I could say
fine."
that because there is no spin, and so I'm not
until
taking
the realization that he was DAL came and he said, "I'm not spinning."
Yeah, that's fair. in a bizarro world that doesn't include the facts of what the wheel is. And
Look, you know what I'm talking about.
Just stop.
This is the drill.
I'm not going to bother explaining
know what's
truth.
happening.
You guys are fake news. This is the drill. It's the Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday.
Not true.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. This is The Swamp.
Snap back, looking left. Intercepted the fourth. Florida gets the stop.
The season kicks off against Utah on Thursday, August 31st.
15th, 10 to the house. Touchdown, Gators.
Kickoff at 8 on Jacksonville's home of Florida Gators football. 1010XL AM.
Hey, Hickett here for my friends at Lockhart Construction. You know them by now. They're a long-time Jacksonville business. Shane Lockhart, his dad started the company. His guys are from Jacksonville, take care of people who live in Jacksonville, people like me. I've used Lockhart Construction twice, 2 different go-rounds. I couldn't be any more happy with what they've done. And don't tell, BWR is already sizing something up for another one. Sizing something up. I mean, I'm like, honey, we're going to have a whole new house here soon, but if I was going to call anybody, I'll call Lockhart Construction. Shane and his guys are outstanding. Their family gives your family a better living experience. You unlock better living with Lockhart Construction. No job too big, no job too small. So if you have some construction ideas, needs, thoughts, give Shane a call. He'll call you back. He's at 994-3865. Shane Lockhart and Lockhart Construction, 994-3865.
It's tailgating season, friends, and nobody makes better hot dogs that sizzle on the grill than Hoffman Sausage Company. Pick up some Hoffman Natural Casing German Franks at a Publix near you for a ridiculously tasty tailgate or for your next cookout. Experience a little bit of upstate New York history right here in your own backyard. For expert tailgating tips, recipes, and more, visit HoffmanSausage.com. Taste tells since 1879. Available at Publix.
Hey, this is Stevie Beechurst of Beechurst Plumbing. Growing up in Jacksonville, I was always proud when my dad would point at a building and say, I did the plumbing for that. That's the same kind of pride we instill in every plumber here at Beechurst Plumbing. And that's the kind of pride you can expect when you hire Beechurst Plumbing for your home or business. Right now, we're doing summer specials to get your project going. To find out how we can help you, visit BeechurstPlumbing.com. BETROS Plumbing.com. Beechurst Plumbing, here to help.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer. Divorce, menonly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to divorcemenonly.com. Divorcemenonly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Be ready for anything on the road or off road this summer at Nimnick Buick GMC. No one will ever pay over MSRP at Nimnick Buick GMC. You know where the showroom is on Phillips Highway, just south of I-295. Also can shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com. Car Bravo is here, a better way to shop used vehicles with transparent pricing. Nimnick Buick GMC has joined the Car Bravo family and is the only Car Bravo dealer in Northeast Florida. With Car Bravo, it doesn't matter what used vehicle you are looking for because they certify all makes and models. Honda, Toyota, Kia, Mazda, Ford, it doesn't matter. Buying a certified used vehicle has never felt better. Nimnick, they've been in the business for 82 years because they've been doing business the right way. They're family-owned and operated, and no one cares more about their customer before and after the sale. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941. NimnickBuickGMC.com. Check them out. GMC, we are professional grade.
Ow, that really hurts. Who throws a shoe?
Helmets and Heels.
Honestly.
With Lauren, Taylor, and Mia.
Tuesday nights at 6.
Driven by Tire Outlet.
And presented by Underwood Jewelers.
You fight like a woman.
On 1010XL.
Active and pain-free. That's the ticket. Dr. George Barry here, and I know that's the goal of every patient I see. They want the best possible care so they can go back to enjoying life. That could be pick up basketball, golf, tennis, running, or just working out. It all requires you to be as healthy as you can be. If joint pain is taking its toll on your active lifestyle, come see me at Barry Orthopedics. We have locations all over Jacksonville and can diagnose and treat even the most severe joint pain. A homegrown Jacksonville practice. Find out more at BarryOrthopedics.com.
Northeast Florida's highest-rated residential home electrical contractor is American Electrical, providing unsurpassed quality in Duval, St. Johns, Clay, and Nassau counties. No matter your electrical problem or project, large or small, American Electrical will get it done at a price that's right. High-quality electrician, that's who they are. Trust a company that's been on the First Coast for decades, proudly serving the community while being a big part of the community. Call American Electrical for all your electric needs at 737-7770. Wired right at a fair price.
It is Raymond and Austin on All-Star Sports Radio. Our sportsbook and casino sponsor, BetUS.com, is celebrating their 30th year. You can't miss offer. 125% sign-up bonus and up to 30 risk-free bets.
It's called Bet Protect, and you can only get it from BetUS.com. An awesome offer for this season's wild plays.
Nice, like that infamous Tuck Rule back in 2002.
Tuck Rule, worst call in sports.
Man, you're like the old lady in the Titanic. It's been 21 years.
Hey, I'll be king of the world with Bet Protect. It's like having 30 get out of any Tuck Rule shenanigans in my back pocket.
But your back pocket is usually empty, bro.
Keep your shoulder pads on. Is there anything else about BetUS you haven't told me?
The less you know, the better. BetUS has live in-game betting, a 200% crypto sign-up bonus, and online casino for some blackjack.
You've been holding back.
Anyway, folks, get Bet Protect this football season. Visit BetUS.com for the industry's biggest 125% sign-up bonus and up to 30 risk-free bets. Or give them a call at 1-800-MY-BET-US to get started.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, it's time to jaw with Curtis the Cat Dvorak, the original Jackson DeVille. Brought to you by Shark Coatings, Northeast Florida's expert in floor coatings.
Thought I saw a pootie tat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Easy ride in this morning, folks. Roads, it looks like a Sunday morning or Saturday morning out
People
there.
aren't back yet?
Nobody's out there on the roads.
Well, maybe the boys decide to call it a week.
I don't know,
Wednesday.
dude.
I mean, it looks like
There's
a weekend
difference
day
be-
out there.
Difference between being prepared and being idiotically
Yeah, Shark
soft.
Coatings out doing
Shark
garages
Coatings
yesterday?
Shark Coatings was not out yesterday. I'm talking about today. Yeah. I'm talking about today. As I ride in today, it looked like a Saturday morning as I got down the south side there.
Yeah.
Didn't even have to take my shortcut.
He is the
There's nobody blocking the roads.
He is the two-time defending a Friday 5-pack
Oh,
champion.
man.
And tomorrow it all starts again,
You
ladies
guys
and
feel
gentlemen.
the nerves?
Now,
you feel the nerves? I love it.
I don't know if you've been listening, but Degenerate Dan preseason went
You're
4-0 last week and is up $1,250.
He's counting a game that wasn't official, so I could just
Again,
it doesn't matter.
I've dropped. I've employed Louis Litt. We've sued.
Okay.
The NFL. It said
Louis Litt's not a real person. He's a character on a TV show Dan watches.
It said 3-0 in the NFL standings. I had Jeff look at the standings. It said 3-0.
Jeff also
Therefore,
looked
it
at
didn't say 2-0. If it doesn't say.
They declare a winner.
So they declare a winner.
But Vegas returns your ticket.
Right.
Yeah.
Just
Get my
say,
ticket back.
The NFL, it'd be great if you had bet with the NFL. You indeed would be a winner, but Vegas is not going to be so kind.
Vegas returned all those tickets, unfortunately.
You guys make fun all you want. Matter
making
4-0
fun.
is 4-0.
Let them make fun, Dan. We got bands, man.
You didn't get paid.
Thank you.
You didn't get paid, you silly man.
Hey, I will.
Don't listen to him. No, you won't.
I will, man.
Yeah, we
Okay.
got paid.
Hey, you're better than that. You want to follow a false prophet, then you go right ahead.
Hey, bands make them dance.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh man, I left the game early. I left before the game got called there. The kids.
Halftime was a good time to leave.
It was. That's when we took
The
off.
starters are done.
That's when we got out of there. Yeah, we.
You had little kids there. So.
I did. Yeah, brought the kids to Emery K. It was her first game.
Yeah.
Dax, it was his second game.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't really remember the first one. I think he was like one and a half, 2 years old.
Mhm.
But no, it was a good time. But yeah, we left halftime. The kids were already laying in the laps by the end of the second quarter. So we were like, we're not making it through the second half with these two.
Well, in that final preseason game, you got to see this any starters you were going to see happen in the first half. And got to see him move right up and down. I mean, without the fumble by Bigsby, it was almost a perfect start.
We'll wait till next week for the 17-0 prediction. But I mean,
yes,
there's nobody going to beat us.
Nobody. It's not going to happen.
The only people that are going to beat the Jags this year
ourselves.
is the Jags.
Yeah.
Is the Jags.
I mean,
the people inside that building. That's the only
I see
way
what
we
you're
lose.
saying. I mean, teams like the Chiefs and the Bills and the
have no shot.
And the Bengals. I mean, they got no business on the field with us.
Bengals.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow's hurt.
Joe Burrow
hurt.
And
he's mad because they haven't signed him yet.
Man.
So he's ticked.
Okay.
Nobody's beating us.
Good.
Yeah, I agree with Kat.
There's no reason we lose. Did you see that offense?
Have you seen the defense?
Nobody's going to be able to keep up with that. We don't need the defense. We're back in the Peyton Manning era where
we're
you
like
didn't have.
We're like 1981 Chargers. We could be them, Hick.
Well, that's music to my ears, by the way.
Eric
I
Coryell.
hope that's the way it is. I hope we win them all 45-40.
The problem is, though, Dan, that we're going to have such amount of points. The other teams have to pass all the time, and we're going to fall into 36
75 sacks.
Oh, now that's a prediction I could get on.
No, it was cool. It was good, but I was definitely glad that the tickets were free. Because, man, I didn't even at the stadium.
Yeah.
This past week.
Well, why?
Because I was looking at the seats that I got. They were tossed to it. You know, friend called me on Thursday.
You looked at the cost of them?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
for
like,
preseason.
For me to take.
Yeah.
That's what he means.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying to sit in those
people?
seats. To sit in the seats I sat in for regular season, be like $1,500 for my family to go to a game.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
One game.
In other words, you were in the club. Everyone, Cat was in the club seats.
Right. But what I'm saying is like that's ridiculous. I was like 15. I started thinking. I go, would I spend $1,500?
I have a one-word answer for everything that's now too expensive. Inflation.
2023.
No.
I mean, you go to any stadium.
It's still cheaper here than others.
I'm not saying.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the Jags. I'm just saying sports in general.
Is it too late to? It's not too late to get seats.
But Kat, how much? You don't go to concerts, right?
Not anymore.
Expensive too.
I went to the Eagles concert.
Game.
Great I went to Springsteen this year. $400 or $500 a ticket.
Yeah, I mean that's the top.
You the media mogul, man.
I spent it, and by the way, when it was over, I was glad I went. I'm glad it was worth that much money to me.
Dan just bought 8 touchdown terrace suites just yesterday.
Ooh,
that's setting back $240,000.
Section 245.
Gracious.
Section 245. Shout out.
Certainly, season tickets are available all year, right? If you wanted to get season tickets right now, could you still?
Sure. Yeah, you can go. You can go and buy.
I think almost
they changed the price a little.
I think almost the entire lower bowl.
I'm going to buy them
for
I'm going to buy 2 or 4 for my kids. So Upper Deck is going to how they're going to cut their teeth as football fans. That's how it's meant to be.
Last row. You should do last row.
You don't start down in the bottom.
No.
We're going to start up there, and then in about 5 years after this runs out, and Daddy will get them in the game and get them hooked when it's time to move down, and y'all can move down. How about that?
Get them up there in 401.
The Jags ticket office is listening right now. Shoot me a text. Apparently, somehow my emails don't go through.
No, you want them in that upper corner, that upper east, west corner, the upper west corner. No, upper west corner. Get them the sun behind their back.
Okay.
But get them up in that upper corner.
Well, I know,
row.
I was in the press box with Hick, and my daughter, who's is not really a football fan, but her husband loves the Jags, and they sent a selfie of they were at the game this past Saturday, and they were in the upper deck, and they looked happy as clams. I think if you're in your mid-20s, if you're in the stadium, you're happy.
Yeah, because
you get old like us. You tried to drag us to the upper deck.
No.
We would kick and scream and complain.
Not a chance.
Those seats aren't bad.
I know. There's not a bad seat in the house.
There really is a good. Well,
I don't know about
hopefully
all
the new
that.
stadium is just like that.
I did. I have sat in the upper deck for the Jags stadium only one time. Dan, have you only sat in it one time, the upper deck?
That wasn't the upper deck.
For the Super Bowl, it wasn't?
I don't think so.
Well, there's only a lower and an upper. There's no middle.
The end zone. I was in the end zone for the Super Bowl.
There's 100. It's like 100, and then there's 200.
I don't think we were 200.
We were at the top of 200.
For the
No?
Eagles,
I
the
think
one
we were-
here.
I think
the 05.
I think we were over the press box. Not
I was
under.
I was in the end zone in the
Well, yeah, we did.
temporary
Yeah.
in those bleachers. I was in the temporary
For the
bleachers
Super
in the
Bowl?
end zone. Yeah.
Hey, seat's a seat, right?
They were rattling.
That was cool to
whole
experience
thing was
that whole
shaking.
thing.
Yeah, it was great. I got to bring my brother.
What
and
I was
stuff.
surprised about the most about that Super Bowl is just how good because they don't show any of this during the telecast. They're breaking down game, but the pre-game concerts.
Sure.
How they just roll out a band and Black Eyed Peas and they'll play 2 songs and then they roll out a country artist and they'll play 2. It was very.
You
what
say
a show.
there. You guys say there's not a bad seat in the house, and that's true.
That's a
so,
ticket. That's a ticket sales line. That's
so,
a bunch
correct.
of crap.
Well,
There
I
is a
have
bad- there are bad
found-
seats.
I have found a bad seat.
Yeah.
I have found a
There's
bad
plenty
seat
of
in the
bad
house.
seats.
This is not in Jacksonville. This would be Don Anthony Baselli would have to answer for how much would those tickets cost?
Let me see.
Because I got about 4% visibility on that one. I got a guy who's sitting who's sitting behind the end zone. Yes.
Yeah, the field goes that way.
And he's got the wall. He's got a wall.
He's got to be security or something.
No, these are actual. These are
Yeah.
actual seats.
Yeah, that's seat bogus.
It's section 303,
The old
row
Coliseum.
14, seat 10 in the current Coliseum. It doesn't get much worse than this. Maybe 2% field visibility. When the Coliseum was remodeled a couple years ago, they removed 15,000 seats for the new press box edition. Section 303 remains, so beware if you're buying a ticket into section 303.
I call it the old Coliseum always.
Those are bad ticks. Those are no bueno.
That's right. Yeah. The famous line every ticket salesperson's ever said. There's not a bad seat in the house. You can. Oh, and here's the other classic ticket sales line. You can really see the plays develop from up there.
Yes.
Yeah, they use that on the phone all the
You
time.
better hurry up because they're selling fast.
Yeah, you can really see the play. It's
That's
like
a good
playing
one.
Madden. It's like playing Madden. You
I
can
really
see
think
the
I got to
play
be
develop.
honest, man. Like I'm a procrastinator, We're just getting through. Now suddenly the season's upon us. But in all seriousness, the way this team is put together right now, we may be at a point in 3 years where if you don't have season tickets, you're not going to go to the
You ain't
game
getting
unless
in
you
the
get a
game.
hand-me-down.
Right.
Right? I mean, now look. That rises and falls in the NFL. I think it might sell. I think the season
don't
tickets
know
might
about
sell
that.
out at some point.
I hope so, but
I doubt it. Not just here.
Small
I
market.
doubt it in all sports.
Well, I mean, Tampa, they had a 30,000 waiting list after they won in.
they don't
Waiting-
anymore.
I know it can change.
Yeah.
Waiting lists are propaganda.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking out of turn. I wonder. You know what?
I'm just saying all sports.
Since
all
I know
sports.
since I know the ears are listening, I would have this question: how many season tickets have been sold? Hint. How many season tickets have been sold so
He's
far
talking
this
to
year?
his cell phone because it's
Yeah.
listening.
I said if they're listening, and
I
they
know.
were listening.
Like
you know.
I said, I feel like the lower bowl, from what I've heard, is almost or
And th- yeah.
apparently sold out. I think the only season tickets are upper deck, but I could be wrong.
Okay, well that's
all you gotta do is call and check and ask. and
yeah,
they'll
we're
tell
partway
you.
there. Yeah, that takes a lot of effort. Just sitting it out here. Hey, I was looking at something. I want you guys' opinion real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at the big lines like Dan.
No. I'm looking at real sports.
All right.
Is this what's the best triplet combination in Jaguars history? It has to be at the time, and they're all playing.
Easy.
Yeah, that's
It's
easy.
Brunell and Jimmy and Fred
Yeah.
Yeah.
in '99.
Yeah.
How
Until this one does something.
Do you think that I don't know if we were ranking triplets then. We might have been because the Cowboys kind of started that phenomenon. But the Jaguars this year, it has to be the highest ranked since 1999. But NFL.com has been ranking triplets for each team. They rank every quarterback 1 to 32. They rank every running back 1 to 32, the starters, and they rank every pass catcher. That would be receivers and tight ends 1 to 32. You add them up and give them a score, and this year's Jaguars triplets are ranked 6th in the NFL, higher than the Jets with Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson, higher than the Eagles with Hurts and A.J. Brown, higher than the Ravens with Lamar, higher than the Vikings with Cousins and Jefferson. Number 6 overall. Is that
Too low.
too low?
They're gonna be better than that.
The
When
triplet.
Our triplets will finish in the top 3 this year. Easily.
Uh,
The numbers for our
Trevor Lawrence is 6, ETN's 14, Ridley's 18.
Yeah, I was hoping it'd be lower, so like they could have a
Guys
little
wanna-
chip on their shoulder because 6 is top 10. You're
I'll
feeling
give you
good.
the top 5. Are the Jags triplets better than the Cowboys triplets? Dak Prescott, Tony Pollard, CeeDee Lamb.
Easily.
Yes.
Yeah,
Easily.
Because of the quarterback?
Yeah,
Yep.
not even close.
Well, they have CeeDee Lamb. They have they have at 9 and really at 18. That's why
Ridley
and-
can move up.
That's too big of a gap. between
ETN
those
can
two.
move up. Trevor can move up a little. Trevor's greater than Brunell the other two aren't as good as Jimmy and Fred.
Are we better than the current
Fair.
Yeah.
Chargers triplets? They're number 4. Justin Herbert, Austin Eckler, Keenan Allen.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
They got Herbert at 3. That's 3 spots better
I
than
need a little more.
Yeah.
I need a little more from
the receiver.
And Eckler's awful good too.
Why do I just think
Eckler?
Herbert
I think the Chargers are better. Keenan Allen should
Underrated.
be
Very, very underrated.
He's better than Calvin Ridley. Career. He may not be this year,
career.
but
Number.
he's
That's why I said this one has to still prove it on the field. But I'm
Yeah.
just saying at the
No,
end of
I
this
hear
year,
you.
at the end of this year, they will be top 3.
Yeah, and you can go with that.
I'm pulling this story all ready. This isn't a reaction to anything we've been talking about. I just happen to be
Why
talking
do I
about
feel
it.
like Herbert is going to be another Phillip Rivers? He's going to have great numbers, and he's just not ever going to really.
Because the Chargers Charger.
Isn't he? He's better than Phillip Rivers.
Oh yeah.
But I don't
I never
disagree.
understood how Phillip Rivers had that career
Well,
with that shot put.
Well, and here's the thing with
I never
I
understood
will.
how he threw so much.
I'll say Herbert has a similar challenge, and that's this. Phillip Rivers had to play his whole career beating Brady and Manning. I mean, he had to go through those teams. If the Chargers were going to go to the Super Bowl, that means one of those two worked, which is kind of what Herbert's going to
But
face.
now he's got to go through
Mahomes and Burrow and Allen and Lamar and Trevor and
Yeah.
all
I mean,
the others.
Mahomes and Trevor, those are the two.
Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, James Cook is ranked number 3, and Cook is 30th. So you're getting it all from Allen and Diggs. The number 2 triplet team is the Chiefs, Mahomes, Kelsey, Pacheco. Can you guess the number 1 triplet team? You should be able to get this.
The number 1 triplet team, Dan?
Yeah.
The number 1 triplet team in the NFL?
Did you say
It's gotta
Chiefs
be
already?
Burrow,
Yeah,
right?
Chiefs were 2.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah,
Burrow.
it's Burrow, T4,
Yeah.
Mixon 12, Jamar Chase 4. But the Jags 6th in triplets. I mean, it's easy to forget how stinking below average we were just like a minute ago,
I know.
man. I mean, take our triplets from 2019. Think about that. Ugh.
Yeah.
That's Cat Chat. What do you got going, man? Are we back out in the road now?
I wanted to talk Ryder Cup. No, we're
have to
our
wait
guys
till
are-
next week.
Our guys are back out there. Yeah, give us a shout. I'm actually running I'm heading to a pool lead today for my good friend Coach Gibson, a friend of his.
Okay.
By the way, sorry, NAL champion coach
That's what.
Gibson. That's
Yes.
how you have to say his name.
Yes.
Yeah, friend of his, one of the guys there. He's got a pool, so I'm going to look at that. But yeah, man, everything is cruising along. Orlando is exploding.
Good.
So give us a shout.
Shout out Orlando.
Yeah, man. All those people listening.
Leave our
down there.
team alone.
Are we? Did they decide where they're playing the games yet?
No.
We playing Daytona or what?
No, we haven't said. It's been all quiet on that.
Why'd they go hush on that?
I don't think.
I think they probably are close to someone, but until there's an announcement about the
Well,
deal.
you got to get the deal done. You got to get the
Oh, yeah,
stadium
yeah.
approved. That's the next step down the road. But I'm not sure Gainesville's going to fit.
I don't think so. You guys good with the Ryder Cup picks?
I
Good with the
predicted
Ryder
them.
Cup 12?
No. I
There's
would
three-
have picked a couple different, but
I would've
picked
too.
Keegan Bradley, and
I
I think
thought so too. I thought he deserved it, and I love his
would have
fire.
picked Lucas Glover just because of the summer he had. I don't know. And who would I take it off? I don't know. Well, JT is a great Ryder Cup player, but I don't think he's necessarily going to all of a sudden.
JT
be
should
playing
have been there as a vice captain.
Yeah.
He should have been there as a vice captain. so he shouldn't be playing.
Here's where I think about that. When is the Ryder Cup? October what?
It's not. It's a month from
Okay.
right now. It's a month
Listen
right
to me. Here's, with all due respect, if I'm going into a knife fight for my golf life, and you're gonna put Lucas Glover up against my Justin Thomas, I'm taking Justin Thomas.
That's fair.
If we're gonna have a
fair.
battle royale for all, and you're gonna put Keegan Bradley up against Justin Thomas, I'm gonna golf can
Right now.
change. Right. Golf can change from day to day. You know this.
Well, absolutely. One swing. Yeah. One
of those,
round. One round.
of those guys is much more accomplished and better than the other two. And so for a Ryder Cup that's a month away, I'll take the lifetime resume over the flavor of the month.
But you say lifetime resume, and I was reading that, and they
Yeah.
were talking about Justin Thomas like he has this huge amount of experience. It's his third Ryder Cup.
Well, he has 2 majors. He has probably more career PGA Tour wins than all those guys combined.
No, I know, and our whole
That's
team
what I
is
mean.
young. Our whole team is young,
Yeah.
and you need a guy who. And I get.
And I also think that he's not always successful. He's not always, but he's got kind of a little bulldog about him. You know, he does, and I think he's going to carry a
Hopefully
chip
this
on
next
his
month
shoulder
he finds it.
into that.
He
So.
finds it. But did you hear Keegan during the rain delay this past weekend doing his interview with Amanda Balionis?
I know how much it meant to him. That's why I kind of liked it.
No, I hear you, and I'd be okay with that.
Keegan
too.
made a comment in there that I thought was pretty telling. He said, "Hey, he goes, something I admire about these young guys now. They're all real tight. They all cheer for each other." He goes, I probably should have done more of that when I was younger.
Yeah.
And he goes, I regret that. And
He's not as close to.
What? And here's why. And
There is a boys' club here mentality.
Bingo. Now, you're exactly. You see where I'm going.
Yeah.
He is not on the team,
right?
Because he was not boys with Zach Johnson and all those guys, and he didn't buddy up to Jim Furyk and all them and become friends with them.
Spieth,
yeah.
Rick. I mean, you could make an argument that.
But he was ahead of those guys.
Spieth win this year? No, right? JT didn't win this year. Lucas Glover won back to back.
But Spieth's at least been there, and
I
thought Lucas Glover would have been a good pick for it to show that you earn it.
Yeah.
You earn it by your play.
Yeah, but I get it. He's earned it over a nice little 5-week run. Go back before he won this 5. He's a dog with fleas, and I don't trust Lucas Glover to be the guy who won twice. I trust him to be the guy who's usually fighting for a card, who's not even in the playoffs.
I watched JT for a month when he knew he had to play well to get on the Ryder Cup team, and he didn't.
But Burns kind of was like, Burns had the same thing.
Buddies with Scheffler. That's why he's in.
He had the points.
Burns, look, you can take Burns. If you want to put one of those two on, I'm okay with that. All right, we got to go. That's Cat Chat, brought to you by...
talk to you guys tomorrow.
Shark Coatings. Friday
first
5-pack.
First Friday 5-pack tomorrow.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Aren't you tired of asking for just enough to get by? Yes. I want to do something that matters. I want to have a life that I'm excited about. I want
1010XL.
Men, if you're struggling with erectile dysfunction or PE, the medical providers at Prime Men's Medical Center offer breakthrough treatments that eliminate problems in the bedroom without pain or surgery. Listen to a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Prime Men's Medical Center offers the most advanced treatments to eliminate ED and PE. 98% of men experience instant results on their first office visit. They're even lasting 90 minutes or longer, regardless of age or medical history.
Don't just take our word for it. Call Prime Men's Medical Center now for our limited time offer. Your initial consultation and first treatment are completely free. You'll see instant results right in the office. You'll even get a gift that enhances your performance in the bedroom. All this, worth hundreds of dollars, is free if you call now. 904-664-8217. 904-664-8217. That's 904-664-8217.
Yo! Football is back, and so is winning season at MyBookie. Look, if you're anywhere near as fired up as we are this season, you got to get a bet in on the action. NFL, college football, and a brand new casino system. MyBookie gives you options to bet and win all season long. First 2 legs of your parlay hit, cash out early and use the bread on another bet. Or let it ride for a chance for a bigger payday. Use early cash outs as a tool to stay in control of all the action at MyBookie. To get started, go to mybookie.ag now and register for an account for free. When you're ready to make your first deposit, just use promo code 1010XL to grab your welcome bonus on the house. You can still even bet on futures like Total and the Super Bowl. So sign up with promo code 1010XL to claim your deposit bonus. And for a limited time, a free chip to use in the MyBookie casino. You can bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. Come on, somebody.
Hi, this is Dale Murray from South Georgia to Central Florida and coast to coast. The Murray Ford Superstores are still putting the customers first and cranking out the deals those big city dealers can't touch. It's no wonder everybody's driving to Murray Ford Superstore to purchase their new vehicle. It's simple. If Murray Ford Superstores doesn't have it, the manufacturer doesn't build it. Plus, you get a 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified new and pre-owned vehicle. Shazam! Holy Jesus Aruba Batman, how do we do it? There's no reason for your purchase to take all day, running around with those big city dealers and being flim-flammed with those big city prices. Nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. And we'll trade anything from aluminum cans to minivans. Be American, buy Murray Ford Superstore. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray, in Stark or Kingsland. I'll be waiting for you. And remember, at any Murray Superstore, it's all about you. Shazam!
Oakleaf people, the best wings in town are coming to you. Players Grill is expanding and opening soon in Orange Park. Watch your favorite teams and enjoy burgers, pizzas, salads, and more. Players Grill, where the neighborhood meets.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On August 31st, 1990, Ken Griffey and Ken Griffey Jr. become the first father and son to play on the same team for Major League Baseball. The pair hit back-to-back singles in the first inning.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood. Clayton,
Underwoods has sold fine quality diamonds for a long time. Why is that important?
Frank, if you drew a line with the poorest diamonds with the lowest prices to the left and the highest quality to the right, our diamonds are at the far right end. Now, once we know the weight, the grading factors of cut, color, and clarity have to be considered. And the one that's talked about the least, but it's the most important to us, is the diamond's cut grade, because it has a huge implication on both the price and the beauty, and thus the value. I've bought diamonds for Underwoods for over 30 years, so I know what's out there, and the cut grade's just not important to most diamond sellers. That's really been the Underwood difference, because beautifully cut diamonds result in the most important thing they can do. They bring a joy of owning and wearing a diamond, not just today, but tomorrow and into the future. That's why it's important to us.
And it should be to you too, because nothing brings more joy than a diamond from Underwoods in San Marco, Avondale,
And the shops of Ponte Vedra since 1928.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Hey sports fans, it's Hayes Carline for QC Kinetics, and look, I can't make it any simpler. QC Kinetics can change your life. You can live again without that chronic joint pain and without drugs or surgery. You've got to reach out for a free consultation at 904-274-5522 and make an appointment at one of their branches, Mandarin or Ponte Vedra. QC Kinetics is advanced regenerative medicine. They take your body's own concentrated healing properties and put them right into your joint to restore and repair that damaged tissue that's causing all of that horrible pain. The patient satisfaction reports are astonishing. Finally, there is a real alternative to the old ways of dealing with pain. And unlike surgery, there's no downtime with QC treatments. If you have constant pain in your knees, hips, shoulder, or back, you need to call and get a free consultation from the medical professionals at QC Kinetics. 904-274-5522. That's 904-274-5522.
Listen up, sports bettors. Hicken here to tell you about my favorite sports book and casino, and that's BetUS.com. Football is here. Woo! And it's time to lay down your bets. I endorse one sports book, and that's BetUS.com. BetUS is celebrating its 30th year. A little special offer, the industry's biggest 125% sign-up bonus and up to 30 risk-free bets. It's called Bet Protect. Bet Protect. Start today at BetUS.com or 1-800-MyBetUS.com sportsbook and casino where the game begins.
This is Dr. Steve Crenshaw, Assistant Team Physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jaguars brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
I'm Sam Nelson. Defensive interior lineman Tommy Togia, cut by the Cleveland Browns and thought to be headed to their practice squad, has been signed to the Jaguars practice squad, where he'll reunite with his teammate at Ohio State, Devon Hamilton. Having landed on ESPN's Top 100 list, Jaguar wide receiver Calvin Ridley is primed to regain his position as one of the NFL's top receivers and certainly has impressed head coach Doug Peterson.
He's determined to, get back out on the big stage and play well.
A day after getting cut by the Jacksonville Jaguars, tight end Jared Prince is now set to join the Kansas City Chiefs practice squad. He spent his entire rookie season on the Jaguars practice squad after signing with the team as an undrafted free agent. That's your Jacksonville Orthopedics Institute Jaguar update. I'm Sam Nelson on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Heading towards 9 o'clock and the Nasty boys are back and ready to roll. I mean, Gibby tried, but
he did. I listened.
Yeah, but he's just not nasty enough.
He's too pure.
He's got some pure in
He
him.
ain't got that dog in him.
No dog.
He ain't willing to get nasty.
I mean, he said he had an all-timer and his ears turned red. And it was child's play compared to what we talk about. For those who don't know, in the 9 o'clock we get nasty because we know the kids are in school.
Filthy.
Although not yet in Duval. We got to have another day off.
And I got some nasty stuff, too.
Oh, you do?
Oh, boy.
Well,
They just say it with such emphasis, too.
Yeah. That's
I love
it. We got Gator football tonight. It's as good as it's Christmas. It's happy as can be, but if it's halftime and they're down or they're not competitive, it's not going to be a good feeling. What is the official line right now on the Gator game? Is it 4.5?
It's going down, man. Last I saw it was down to 4, and I think some of this is the reality that they are not going to have the quarterback Cam Rising. It is it's back to 4.5. So it was 4 yesterday. Now it's back to 4.5.
Well, if this is true, and again, 247 Sports said the most talented SEC football rosters, they have Alabama 1, Georgia 2, A&M 3, LSU 4, Florida 5. If Florida has the fifth best roster, they should go 8-4.
Well, that's very damning towards Billy Napier because everywhere else where you're predicting, I did see our old buddy Chase Goodbread now with USA Today.
Mm-hmm.
He had Florida, I think, maybe 8th or 9th. That's the highest I've seen them.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to be trending up a little bit. I don't know why. We'll find out a lot more tonight. Who does Miami open with? The Little Sisters of the Poor?
Oh, let's talk
Are
to
you
Joe
sure?
Yu.
Yeah,
He's
okay.
on
Got the
phone
Girl
line.
Scouts coming to town tonight this weekend, Joe? Are we going up to FIU for
They're
the
playing-
Thunderdome?
They're playing the real
Top of the
Miami.
morning, boys.
The real Miami.
To play Miami. Oh, I saw that little Gabbert's running it at you. He said the real Miami is Miami of Ohio and that they're going to
Yes.
beat you guys.
Ooh, I was scared. We got a Gabbert coming down. Who would want that? It's the greatest time, bro. Everybody's undefeated. Everybody's so much optimism and hope out there. Wishing everybody a great college football season. Yeah, we just another growing year to me. I'm not going to be unrealistic. I see this as like an 8-4 year. Next year,
Miami, and Joe, let me interrupt you real quick. You could just continue. Miami and Florida really are in a real similar situation. Neither team did as much as they hoped with their hire from a year ago, but both have made inroads structurally from the inside, and so like Miami and your thoughts, which are, by the way, you can always adjust by about 2 on the reality scale. Florida fan is in the same boat, and those would also so 8-4, right? So
The
real
thing is,
similar
y'all's
situation.
schedule is
Yeah,
y'all's
toughest
schedule
in the
is much
country.
harder.
Yeah, it does not lend to a
y'all's
bunch of wins.
schedule. That's why I said 6-6.
Yeah, that's fair. Florida could be 6-6 and really have an 8-4 type if it was a different schedule. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Hey, Jeff, I need your ruling on this. Me and my cousin went to we had a golf weekend. He flew out in town. By the way, 85 at Stream Song. Boy, I put my best golf together.
85 where?
Stream Song Red.
Oh wow, that's a very nice number. I was down at Stream
Love
Song
it,
last
bro.
week myself, and yeah, that's strong.
It was man. It was I put it all together.
Had you been there
Thanksgiving
before?
play-
Had you been there before?
Yeah, that's my third time playing.
That place is great, man. I'll go back
Love
there
it.
over and over. So
It
did you
is
go down and
impressive.
take advantage of the all you can play for $99 deal, or were you guys down there separate?
I didn't. He flew in. He lives in upstate New York. So I
I
picked
got
him
you.
up from Orlando. We went. We hung out, played Saturday at 2. So I think the afternoon tea times work better for me like that. I get to wake up late.
Yeah.
Kind of ease into the day, and so yeah. But the next day
They're
we
beautiful
played
courses for anyone who hasn't played it. If you put a blindfold on and I put you on a helicopter and I flew you for hours and then landed you at Stream Song on, blue number 1, you would have no idea what state you were in. You would say Nebraska or Wisconsin, or there's nothing native to Florida in that whole place. So it's just a real good change up from other high quality golf that we have in the state, at least for me. So
and going there, you got to be going there to get there. And I took my wife and she said the same thing. I said, hey, if you take me somewhere to kill me or something, because it's like you're going in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
like between Bartow
Yeah,
and
it is definitely.
Lakeland
Yeah.
and Byard. and
anyway,
all the- yeah.
what's the ruling?
So, hey, we played this other course. These guys, we got paired where they're kind of slow. We walk off the green. As soon as we sit in our cart, bam, ball hits us. So we look back. Usually, somebody so my cousin takes the ball and throws it over the fence. So we finished playing. We finished give off 18. I come back out of the clubhouse. This guy walks in. Hey man, why'd you throw my ball? I'm like, what? He said, why'd you throw my ball? I said, you hit us. He said, we yelled 4. I said, obviously we didn't hear you yell 4, but usually if something like that, you need to wait. I said, it's dangerous. You wait before you hit and somebody clears. Or something, but we didn't. You were 40 yards off. We didn't think you could hit it. That's why it's called an accident, and that's why you drive up if that happens and say, "Hey, man, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit you."
Yeah.
And we probably have been like, "Yeah, man, we didn't mean to throw the ball. We probably overreacted.
Okay.
But what's your ruling on that? I mean,
Well, that's a tough one. I don't know if there's a right here. You know, you're less wrong because you got hit. You reacted like many would, and you threw the ball over the fence or you knocked it back to him.
Wait a minute, you're not by the green. You're getting back into your cart.
Yeah,
and
we're in the car. We literally just sat in the car.
And they hit a crappy shot.
And they hit a crappy shot.
Well,
so
then I'd say don't hit a crappy shot, dude. If you're, you should know that if you're capable of hitting a crappy shot, you better wait.
Yeah, there's
That's
also
all I would say.
we also have the unknown here. If they yelled 4 and you didn't hear 4, there's too much gray area here to declare a straight winner. But there is no excuse in golf for hitting another person.
Right.
I mean, as frustrating as it is, slow as it is, you're going to wait another 10 seconds and you'll be good to go. So I would say I would rule in your favor, but there wouldn't be much compensatory damage. How about that?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I tell you. You know, it's like, oh, go ahead, you can hit. They're clear. Nah, you never know. You don't have to
But
call
know that in this
day,
know that in this day and age, when you throw ball over the fence, it could lead to something.
Yeah, they might shoot you.
So I hope because Joe, I love you, but I'm not necessarily picking you by my side when we're ready to throw hands.
Oh man!
Yeah, well, you be picking wrong, bro.
I'm telling you, Joe. Mean streets.
I know tough guy Noah.
Hey, listen,
I know Joe.
This boy's from a parish, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You know, it's
I know.
Let the smooth taste fool you. I'm from my proud streets, and
He likes to pick wrong, Joe. He likes to pick wrong, so don't worry about it.
Exactly. Happy football season, guys. Good luck tonight. We'll talk about
And the good news, no matter what happens in South Florida, Miami will win this weekend. All right.
Miami will win the University of, by the way.
I got you. They're playing.
Pound the over on that. We got a new offensive coordinator. Things are looking up.
All right. There's a Joe U and the extremely realistic forecast for Miami football this year. We turn our attention to the boys call it the 9 o'clock nasty, and it's next on the drill. It's a custom tree surgeons Thursday.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
He doesn't pull punches.
You want to punch me right now, but you won't.
He doesn't beat around the bush.
You got aggression? That's even better. You're going to need that too.
Rick Ballou is the truth teller.
Thank you for clearing that up.
Evenings on 1010XL.
Wait, what?
Hey everybody, August is here, and you know what that means. It's the official start of Fantasy Football Drafting Month. This is Mike Dempsey, inviting you to get championship ready for your home league by trying out best ball leagues on Underdog Fantasy. All you do is one live snake draft with no waivers and no trades, and Underdog will set your best lineup every single week. Try it out with Underdog's Best Ball Mania tournament. The largest fantasy football contest of all time is back and even bigger, with $15 million of total prizes up for grabs, including an absurd $3 million going to the winner. Last year, the winner drafted their team in July, so don't wait around. Visit UnderdogFantasy.com or find them in the App Store. Sign up with promo code 1010XL to get your first deposit doubled up to $100. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code 1010XL. You must be 18 or older and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Hey everybody, Jennifer Marion with Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville here to say hello, and we'd sure like to have your business.
You know what? They're going to love the king of price.
My dad believes in making great deals and having a great selection in stock.
Cadillac XT4s, XT5s, and XT6s, and Escalades.
The all-electric Cadillac Lyriq.
CT4s and CT5s.
Cadillac luxury and selection is just waiting for you.
At Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
And don't forget, tell them Jennifer sent ya.
Did you know that many cooling companies are now part of big conglomerates with no connection to Northeast Florida? In the past, they have concentrated on heating and air conditioning, but after a buyout, many add plumbing and electrical services. This raises their overhead, and those costs are passed on to the consumer. It's a case where bigger isn't better, it's just more expensive. Not Mike Merritt's Heating and Air. Mike Merritt remains family-owned and operated. Merritt's focus has been the same for more than 30 years, keeping Northeast Florida comfortable, no matter what the weather. And there are no overtime or weekend surcharges. Mike Merritt's team does not work on commission. They repair only what needs repair and offer replacements only on what can't be fixed. And unlike at giant corporations where you can feel like just another number, with Mike Merritt, you'll feel like number one. Florida license CACO 50384.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Since 2014, there has been only one official home builder of the Jaguars, Dreamfinders Homes. With quality built homes and a speedy move-in process, we are in 20-plus communities in the best locations in Northeast Florida. Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to live. So get off the sidelines, Jags fans, and into the game. Let Dreamfinders help you navigate your home purchase and offer great interest rates. Visit DreamfindersHomes.com for all your move-in ready homes and step up your game.
Hey folks, Rick Ballou here. Hurricane season is upon us. That's why I always recommend Patriot Roofing Services, specializing in all types of commercial, residential roofing and repairs, gutters, sun tubes, skylights, 10-year workmanship warranty, financing is available, military and senior citizen discounts, no subcontractors. Give my buddy Mark a call, 982-4052, licensed and insured, or go to Patriot Roofing Services online.
Hey, here's a fact. We all want to feel better, especially when our joints hurt. Are you stuck on the sidelines, but you want to get back in the game of life? Listen to me now. This is my friend Dr. Alan Nathans, Nathan's Family Chiropractic. DrNathans.com. Remember that. He's got a no-needle regenerative clinic for people with degenerated arthritic joints. You got bone-on-bone knees, shoulder, hips, and more. You hurt. You hurt every day. You know who you are. You've tried things. Well, hang on. Go see Dr. Nathans, man. Part of the 100-year lifestyle. He uses a no-needle soft wave tissue regeneration technology, activates your own stem cells, grows brand new tissue. You get long-term results. Don't do another cortisone injection. After a short series of treatments, back to your favorite activity, like pickleball, like the river run, like working out, like golfing, like dancing. You need more information, drnathans.com. That's drnathans.com.
Big Chief Tire has served the Jacksonville community with reliable and honest auto service for over 60 years. Frank Frangie here. Our experienced technician will treat you like family when you visit for repairs, new tires, oil changes, and more. We're proud to announce our new Orange Park location to better serve customers with fair prices and quality service. Visit BigChiefTire.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule an appointment at one of 5 Jacksonville locations. We keep Jacks rolling.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
Sports injuries are a common issue for both adults and children. Dr. George Barry here, and as a specialist in orthopedic care, the team at Barry Orthopedics and Sports Medicine here in Jacksonville provides comprehensive diagnosis and treatments of all types of sports injuries. With additional training in sports medicine and more than 30 years of experience, the team is available to care for your entire family and help you have fun and stay active. Visit us today at BarryOrthopedics.com.
And don't forget to check out Breaking Bones Sunday morning, 7:30 on 1010XL.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson. The Gators will open the season on the road at number 14 Utah this evening. Florida won't see Utah's starting quarterback Cameron Rising. He spent all year rehabbing from a torn ACL. Florida cornerback Jason Marshall says the team is prepared whoever the QB is.
We instilled the game plan and sticking to the game plan and going in whoever's back there.
As the Gators kick off their season this evening, head coach Billy Napier likes what he's seen from training camp to the season opener.
Very pleased with the progress that they've made. I do think that group, their attitude, their approach to practice, meetings, walkthroughs has been really good.
Jacksonville's Jumbo Shrimp resumed their series against the Charlotte Knights this evening after postponing Wednesday's game due to Hurricane Idalia. Game time this evening is 7:05 at 1-1 Financial Ballpark. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
Currently, it's 9:13 and it's 79 degrees. Your time and your tip is brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller. The 9 o'clock nasty is next.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Gookin Nation. It's another hour with Duval's Big Dogs of Sports Media. Dan Hicken.
Yes.
Jeff Prosser.
Blah, blah, freaking blah.
And E to the T.
E.T. is the GOAT producer.
Well, it is the 9 o'clock nasty according to these boys, and let's just say it was.
I think he's getting crunk tonight.
Oh.
Is that right, E?
Oh, I'm getting crunk.
You doing the watch party, the Gator watch party?
Watch party.
All right, we better grab that LaFave Gator hat. I better see that when I
actually got it on deck.
That's what I figured. Yeah,
At Tinseltown, I'll be kickoff 8 o'clock.
Hey, man, if there's a big game going on that involves our local teams, odds are that 1010XL is out there partying with y'all. So be on the lookout for the watch parties. Gators.
E, are you bringing the
Jags,
gummies?
Knowles.
No, but Brackish Vodka is
okay.
throwing the party.
He's going hard. Let me tell you which E we're going to get tomorrow morning by 6 a.m., Dan.
Yeah, y'all going to get turned. Because Friday going to be here.
Yeah.
Friday will be here.
And then what are you doing Friday night? I mean, where are we
getting turned?
Oh, we got a big weekend.
All right, well, we can put to bed a nasty rumor. It seems so deliciously saucy when we were going through it yesterday, but the 49ers kind of came out yesterday and said, y'all crazy. We ain't drafting. We're not trading Nick Bosa, so you can have fun on your Reddit and
we got him.
Put it on your.
We didn't get him.
Yeah, put it on your your Twitter. You guys just bandy it about your national columns, but no, we're not trading Nick Bosa.
He's not coming.
We're concerned that we haven't got this contract wrapped up yet, but they're going to have to do that. Listen, you can't blow the number 3 pick in the draft by trading 3 other first rounders and then give away a guy for any cost that has 18.5, 15.5 the last 2 years.
Can't
It's
do
just
that.
too hard. So anyway, that would have been so sweet for my sack bet, though. Man, I was really hoping. I was just laying here and wait.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Right?
Win.
With a guarantee, we'd had about 45, 50.
I would have brought Louis Litt out again and said, I'm not, the bet's off.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't do that.
You would have said that, and I said, I'm not doing it.
Well, I mean,
I'd have done like the golf thing.
That's not how it
I'm
works.
not spinning.
Yeah.
I mean, he says I'm not spinning. You say I'm not spinning. I damn sure going to say I'm not spinning.
I never said I'm not spinning.
Oh,
Okay,
when I talked about spiders
in the beginning,
last March.
Yeah.
I said I wasn't losing. I never said I wasn't spinning.
Listen to
So
me.
you're not spinning.
You guys are both, and I say this with as much affection that can be attached to the term, you're both damn dirty liars. Both of you. You're just lying. When we started the contest, before we started it ever, it was agreed upon this isn't a spin. This is not a spin contest. We said it. It lives in perpetuity. So just stop it. Your character is being assassinated with every breath.
I don't know.
Anywho.
Who wins the Heisman Trophy this year? Who's the guy that you would pick? I'm going to give you a name that I'm going to throw out there that I'm going to.
I've got one.
That's sort of my dark.
Can I say it before you say it? No?
Yeah, you can say it.
I'm thinking Blake Corum.
That's not who I was thinking. So that's fine.
He's the Michigan running back. They say is the best. They're talking about this kid like he's getting the Bijan Robinson treatment. As far as how good he can be. So
let's see what his odds are plus 4,000. So that's a good one down the list. Like Drew Allar from Penn State has a better chance according to Vegas. Joe Milton, Marvin Harrison Jr.
Okay, I'm going to just say this: the Purdue quarterback is not winning the Heisman. He has no chance to win it.
Who's the Purdue quarterback?
I thought you said Drew Allar. You said Purdue. You meant Penn State.
Oh, I said Purdue?
Yeah.
I meant Penn State.
Yeah.
Drew Allar.
I thought because we talked about Allar yesterday. I was like, well, Nangs, you got a brother?
Yeah. So Caleb Williams is the favorite, so he won't win.
I'll give you. I think I know where you're. I think I know where you're leading.
All right, go ahead and guess.
I'm going to guess that you're thinking Brock Bowers.
That's a good one, but no,
that's not it.
I don't think he can put up the numbers.
Yeah,
in that offense. To win it.
Okay.
That would be an interesting one. And I'm looking, again, Heisman winners the last few years, obviously, quarterback, wide receiver. Devontae Smith won it. Joe Burrow, Kyler Murray. Who's the Oklahoma quarterback this year? Is it Dylan Gabriel for the 14th year?
Yeah.
Derrick Henry won it. I'm looking at non-quarterbacks.
Bo Nix could
Yeah, not the guy I was thinking either.
I'm just thinking of guys.
But yeah, Bo Nix is a guy. Anyway, here are the Vegas odds. Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Jordan Travis, Quinn Ewers, Michael Penix, Cade Klubnik. My guys after that.
Give me the ones you just read.
Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Jordan Travis, Quinn Ewers, Michael Penix Jr., Cade Klubnik.
I think you're thinking Graham Mertz.
No, I'm not thinking Graham Mertz. I would take
okay, how about
I would take Trevor Etienne over Graham Mertz.
All right. Are you thinking
Who am I thinking?
Are you thinking Marvin Harrison Jr.?
No, but that's he could do it.
That would have been my guess.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's got to be a skill player, obviously.
It's a skill player.
Drake May?
Drake May's another good guess. Nope.
Go ahead and go. Just go with it then. I'm hitting her. Quinn Ewers?
Nope.
It's
not
I'm
Cade.
not as big on him.
It's not Williams, Daniels, Travis. And Travis would be an easy one for around here to pick, but I'm not going to pick him. Ewers. This guy, I think, can put up some pretty impressive stats, but I think it's more so who he plays for. I think he'll put up really great stats, but I think it's who he plays for that if he has really good stats but not unbelievable stats, he can win it.
What position?
Quarterback. You kind of forgot about him.
Yeah, definitely.
North Carolina?
No,
I said him already.
It's not J.J. McCarthy. It's not Bo Nix. It's not Carson. I wouldn't pick Carson Beck because he hasn't let the kid play.
None of the new ones. It's not Alabama.
No, it's a guy who's played a lot of football, a lot of college football. Yeah, I like this guy. I think this guy could win the Heisman.
Hold on, I'm gonna look because I'm on the big board and I'm flying blind. Let me actually pull up, like last year's Sam Hartman.
Sam Hartman.
Yeah, Notre Dame. That's where he jumped right out at me when I looked at something beyond the big boards.
Why not Sam Hartman?
Well, in the Notre Dame brand, it doesn't carry the. Who's the last Notre Dame Heisman winner? Rocket.
Tim Brown.
Did Rocket win it? Rocket won it, didn't he?
Let's see.
Did Rocket win the Heisman?
Yeah, I could see him posing, right?
Yeah. No, that was
not
Desmond Howard.
but
Okay.
Rocket.
Tim Brown.
Tim Brown's the last one, so Rocket didn't win the Heisman.
1987.
Yeah, that's a long time now.
Yeah, they're due.
The Notre Dame brand, and save me the Fighting Irish mob on the text line if you're marching out there, but the Notre Dame brand is just not what it was.
It may not be what it was, but it's still big enough that if they go 11-0 and he has,
I don't know. I think the irony is this, Hick. I think when they stood alone as an NBC entity, they were bigger than the rest. I don't think that's true anymore. I think the bigger game now is the big conference game because of the playoff and other things. I think Alabama, LSU has surpassed now Notre Dame as a national draw.
Well, the last 2 years he's thrown 39 and 38 touchdowns. I'm going to suggest in 4,228 yards and 3,700 yards. I'm going to suggest to you if he does if he goes like 41 and 10 at Notre Dame, it's going to carry a lot more clout than he did at Wake Forest.
He's already started with 4 touchdowns, no picks, and completed 82% against Navy. So I'd say
we got that off to the races.
Well, the one thing that you're also going to have with Sam Hartman is you're going to have
he's not a runner.
Well, here's what you're going to have.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my guy.
Yeah. With Hartman, you're going to have a marquee matchup with Ohio State.
Oh yeah.
You're going to have a Heisman primetime showdown with Caleb Williams.
Oh yeah.
You're going to play at Clemson.
He's got the opportunity.
Hartman is going to get the publicity and the news of facing his old team late in the year, which he'll also do at home. So
now 9-3, and those numbers probably won't get it for you at Notre Dame. But 11-1, and those numbers could get you the Heisman.
Well, Notre Dame is going to get out of the gates red hot unless at NC State is a pitfall game. But they go Navy, Tennessee State, NC State, Central Michigan.
Then they get Ohio State.
Ohio State
at home.
They get them at home. They also get USC at home, but they'll have to play. The problem with Notre Dame is they've dropped a game
They have a lot of games.
And lately, though, they'll lose a game to Pitt. Last year they lost to Marshall. Wake. They've lost too many games.
Well, new coach, second-year coach.
But even with Brian Kelly, they'll lose. They just have had a penchant of losing a game they're not supposed to.
That's true.
Which a lot of teams do, by the way.
Don't you poo-poo my guy?
No, I'm not. I like it. I didn't. Like I said, if he had been on Kuiper's big board, he would have jumped out at me. I started there because I was looking at it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Why isn't he on Kuiper's big board?
I don't know. Size, maybe. I don't know much. I don't. He seems to have carried the reputation as one of the best in the league. Let me ask you a question.
6'1", 212.
That's small.
Yeah.
If the Jaguars don't win the AFC, in other words,
the AFC,
the AFC,
the whole thing, the conference.
Correct.
Okay.
The
Jags don't go to the Super Bowl.
And by saying that, I'm just meaning the Jags can't be your answer. Like I'm about to ask a question, and I want you to go Jaguars, right? I mean, like the Jags aren't the answer.
Oh, okay.
Who is the biggest threat from the AFC to upseat the Chiefs and go to the Super Bowl?
Dolphins.
I like that you fell outside because the go-to immediately, because it's been that the last is Bengals, Bills, Bengals, Bills.
There's other ones.
There are
this year.
The Ravens, if Lamar has a full healthy year.
The Jets.
Yeah. The Jets, if that defense plays to its level. Do you and so my follow-up question is, do either of y'all think that the Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl this year? without saying who you're going to pick. When we next week on Thursday morning sit down and we pick our division winners and our wild cards and our conference champions and our Super Bowl, will you pick the Chiefs to win the AFC?
I will not.
And is that just to go against the flow or just the do theory?
It's definitely in question this year.
I will not, because more just playing the odds.
See, that's what I'm saying. There's still no.
They're still the favorites.
Right, there's still no legitimate
reason. You
reason.
got to go beat them.
Yeah.
Because the chances are they're going to be the 1 seed. It's going to go through Arrowhead. Somebody's got to go out there. Now, they've done it. The Bengals did it. The Patriots did it. Go out to Arrowhead and win. It's not impossible.
Well, that's what makes it very quietly because of where it is on the schedule.
But
if the Jags and Chiefs played the third to last game of the year instead of the second game of the year, tiebreaker might be a big part of the conversation. So even though that game falls early, it's one more reason when the Chiefs come to town that a win could have some
Chris Jones not being there
lasting.
matters.
Yeah.
For the Jags, if he's not there by week 2. But I think the Chiefs are better this year than they were last year.
I do too. That's what I was going to get
Because
to.
I think what Mahomes has done and Andy Reid have developed receivers. I hear a lot of good things about the Sky Moore kid. We've talked about Justin Ross as well. I think the Chiefs
they got this
last year surprised me maybe more than this year would. I'm still going to go against them just because it's tough to do it.
I'll give you a couple more examples.
Mm-hmm.
Very underrated, undervalued, but the seasonal end who'll have 50 catches. He'll catch a couple of big ones. But that Richie James who came to them from the Giants, he's an unknown kind of, but he can be productive. The Pacheco played great in the second half. They're expecting kind of a breakout type, more consistent year from him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. But
I mean, they have Pacheco, McKinnon, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. That's a not great but good running back.
Edwards-Helaire, they were talking about might have gotten cut. I guess he survived.
We didn't even mention Kadarius Toney, Marquez Valdez-Scantling,
Kelsey.
They got that. They love that rookie. Is it SMU Rice?
Yeah, Rashee Rice. Is that it?
Is he from SMU?
I don't know.
He's a Texas kid. I think. Anyway,
well, they also
him.
have a coach quarterback combo. I will say this. Let me ask you guys this: when it comes to offensive minds and cohesion, have the Jaguars gotten to the point that they're the second best head coach quarterback combo behind Reid and Mahomes? Is there one that's better from an accomplished, known for play calling standpoint? Because
you got Harbaugh Jackson's pretty good.
Harbaugh Jackson.
Harbaugh's a defensive guy. He's not a play caller. He's a head coach. I'm talking about
special teams guy.
Accomplished. Okay.
I'm talking about it. He comes. These guys came from the. I'm talking about you. Listen.
He's from Andy Reid's tree.
Can we agree that offense wins championships in today's NFL?
McVay, Stafford.
Usually.
McVay, Stafford. Okay, I'll buy.
Shanahan, Purdy, depending on how he's not.
Well,
not Peterson, Trevor though.
Do we not give Zach Taylor enough credit in Cincinnati for what he's done with the Bengals?
No.
Why not?
Because Burrow made him great.
Well, you say that.
Well, they sucked without him.
Well, they didn't.
They sucked. They weren't even
But
like.
they won together though.
Yeah, but I'll take if you gave me Doug Peterson could take whatever quarterback and not be as bad as the Bengals were with Zach Taylor got on the map because Burrow put him on the map. That's
fair.
I mean,
what had Andy Reid done before Patrick Mahomes went to Kansas City?
4 straight NFC championship.
Didn't win though.
Yeah, but he went.
Didn't win.
That's pretty good.
Well, you could say that. What was he before Donovan McNabb?
Well,
did he win then?
I don't know. Was he a head coach then?
Yeah. Well, he was when they drafted him. So I don't know. Zach
Yeah.
Taylor hadn't been there 10 years either. Now he's only been there 3 or 4. But fair. I'm not saying that he is.
Yeah.
But listen, in an era, look, it used to be he wasn't the head coach, but Dayball Allen scared you.
Yeah.
But he's not the head coach. They have a defensive-minded head coach. So I was just thinking more from an all. Now, if you're going accomplished head coach, quarterback, Harbaugh, Lamar, some of these other ones, certainly would fit.
Well, Peterson is as accomplished as he's got a Super Bowl. So
For sure, and he's on the offensive side of the ball. I just think that when you look at what this Jaguars team's ceiling is, because especially in the AFC, Dan, has there been a dominant defensive team in the AFC in the last 10 years? Who has it been? If there has, the Ravens, do they still qualify as that? Is
Yeah.
it because the teams that are going far and deep into the Super Bowl are the Chiefs, Bills, and Bengals, and they all are doing it with high power, high scoring offense.
Yep.
So that's where we are going to fit. So if we can break through this year,
But Like
we're not completely out of the mold.
Last year they raved about the Bengals defensive coordinator and the game plans that he put together in the postseason, and it'll be interesting.
Well, you got to have some. Don't get me wrong, but the Bengals, are if we rank the offenses in the NFL and the defenses, those three teams are all going to rank higher on offense than defense.
The Rays have beaten the Marlins 20 out of 23 since 2019. I was just looking up at the TV and it's on. I'm like,
that game was no score going to the 10th.
Who won last night?
Rays.
So 21-3.
Yeah, they're going to score. What inning are we in here?
We are just
second. It's
starting.
early. You
It's
can
early.
enjoy watching that. It'll be on about
I will take a break.
noon.
We'll keep it rolling. We'll see what's trending or New York City headlines when we come back right here on The Drill.
Now, the Lamb Rant, brought to you by the best bet card rooms of Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine.
Win or lose, tonight's Gator game against visiting Utah is of the utmost importance. As Coach Billy Napier goes into a second year of rebuilding the Gators, he needs to prove his team can at least play with the big boys. Utah is a two-time reigning Pac-12 champion and a top 10 team. The Utes may be without their star quarterback, Cameron Rising, who's a Tim Tebow clone, but they're the most physical team in their conference, which is known for speed and offense. Can the Gators control the line of scrimmage? It's also an opportunity for fifth-year transfer quarterback Graham Mertz to show what he can do against a quality team and a 7 to 8 point favorite.
Check out Uncle Dave's column at 1010XL.com on the homepage. Look for Lamb at Large. The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Is joint pain, soreness, and achiness getting in the way of your best life? Football legend Emmitt Smith refuses to back down to pain. That's why he's a huge advocate for QC Kinetics and their natural approach to getting you relief.
Look, we get one trip around, so I wouldn't ever let pain stop me from hanging out with my race team, traveling with my family, or golfing with my friends.
Emmitt's got it right. And QC Kinetics uses regenerative medicine to relieve that never-ending pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, and back. And the best news, there's nothing foreign being introduced into your body. Just your own body's natural healing properties. No surgery or no downtime.
If pain's holding you back, maybe it's tennis, pickleball, running, hiking, or spending time with special people in your life, what are you waiting for? This is precious time. Get out there and get over to QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522. That's 904-274-5522. 904-274-5522.
This Labor Day, take a day off from work and put your money to work for you when you shop with my friends at Arlington Toyota. Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned has an unbeatable inventory of over 500 used vehicles all in one place. I'm talking cars under $18K, over 200 SUVs, and more than 100 pickup trucks. And just in time for Labor Day, you can drive now with no payments until January 2024. Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned, open all day Labor Day, 10939 Atlantic Boulevard or at arlingtontoyota.com.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
This is Keith Catlin for Catlin Truck Accessories, and we are so blessed to be in business for over 100 years. Over 100 years of the best product and customer service means you can count on Catlin. From Roll-and Lock bed covers to Lear toppers to Cam Locker toolboxes, Catlin Truck Accessories has you covered when it comes to your truck or van. We do those too. Got a fleet of vehicles? We can outfit them all.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
One name, one location, 100 years. You can count on Catlin.
When it comes to sharing my opinion, I love swinging the hammer. I'm Hayes Carlion. Listen for Hammer Time with Hayes weekdays on The Frangie Show on 1010XL, brought to you by Golden Hammer Roofing and Gutters, the golden standard in roofing.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hey, Hicken here. I hope your summer's been as fun as mine, man. What a great time with family and friends throughout the entire summertime. I must admit, though, looking forward to getting back to a little bit of normalcy, less vacations, getting into the grind, kids getting back to school or whatever, right? Everything's settling down. The house took a little bit of a beating, had some parties, had some get-togethers. So the tile and the grout, the carpets, the rugs all need a good cleaning. That means it's time to call Zero Res, the cleaning freaks. Right now, Zero Res offering the hottest price of the year on tile and grout cleaning. Get your tile and grout cleaned and sealed. 25% off. That's a 0.25% off, man. Zero Res, you spell it forward. Zero Res, you spell it backwards. Zero Res, right way to clean.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. You know, I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation. Light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Go to CarlsonDentalGroup.com. That's CarlsonDentalGroup.com for all of your dental needs.
Your AC's broke, it ain't no joke. Call Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. FloridaHomeAC.com.
Don't wait for tomorrow. Make the days count. Gatorade has carbs to fuel and electrolytes to help replenish, so you can count on the proven formula. Nothing beats Gatorade.
Find it at your local Winn-Dixie. For the athletes who give everything, nothing beats Gatorade. The studied, tested, and proven fuel for the world's greatest athletes. Gatorade, proudly supporting high school sports on the First Coast.
There are 3 certainties in life: death, taxes, and if you stay in your home long enough, a new roof. Pick it here for our friends at Lockhart Roofing. Nobody better in Jacksonville. How do I know? They are a local certified Master Elite contractor, and that means they have a GAF Master Elite warranty. That's the best in the roofing industry. In this day and age, don't settle for cheaper discount roofers. Lockhart Roofing has been here for decades. They aren't going anywhere. Call my friends at Lockhart Roofing, 994-3851. That's 994-3851. Lockhart Roofing, Jacksonville's best for Jacksonville people.
If your lawn is not as green as you'd like, it's time to go orange by calling Orange Environmental Services. Jacksonville's highest quality pest control for over 45 years. Frank Frangie here. I've trusted Orange Environmental to take care of our home's pest control needs for years. With the Orange Shield Protection Plan for your home or office, you can relax knowing Orange Environmental will handle pest control, termite control, and mosquito control. Orange Environmental has been giving Northeast Florida peace of mind from bug problems since 1972. Call them today at 272-3284.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is your Duval Minute, brought to you by Lift Power, your turnkey solution for all warehouse needs.
I want to talk about the practice squad. Congratulations to those who can continue the dream. That's great. And the Jags kept a lot of their own guys, and I think that's great for team chemistry. Well, I'll break it down for you real quick. I mean, the minimum weekly salary for a vet on the practice squad, $16,000. Maximum is $20,000. So $20,000 a week to keep the dream alive. And then, by the way, if you get picked up, your automatic 3-game check if you get promoted to the regular squad. So still the opportunity remains there for those who are on the NFL practice squads, including our Jaguars. And that's your Duval Minute. It's brought to you by Lift Power. You're in search of a forklift rental. Lift Power has more than 900 machines in its rental inventory. A diverse fleet of indoor and outdoor forklifts ranging from 3,000 to 10,000 pounds from top name brands. They customize, deliver, and service all forklifts to meet each customer needs. Contact Lift Power today at liftpower.com/contact to learn more. All right, cruising towards the end of the program. It's 9:37. Good morning, Jacksonville. You in the mood for some New York City headlines? Or are you in the mood for trending? Or are you in the mood for drill advice? We've got to do that on Fridays.
All right, let's go with New York City headlines.
Let's do it.
It's with great trepidation because we have such a good, solid, non-New York City headline sponsor of New York City headlines. In this case, Pet Paradise. I mean, they're nothing but upfront, straight, God-fearing, good people.
Yeah, they're the opposite.
Yeah, they're the opposite. It's the bizarro, New York City headlines.
But they know nasty boys like us have pets too.
Well, don't mean a thing. But listen, when it comes to all your pet care providing needs, we're in the football season, holiday season. When those situations arise where you need long-term boarding or just a play date, overnight, Any and all of your needs are met better by Pet Paradise than anyone else for the pickiest pet parent. There's Pet Paradise, also dog training now as well. Oh, boy. Here
Actual headlines. Here we go. Philly Navy vet says city is worse than any war zone he's ever been to after brutal beating while walking dog.
I don't like to fall into like these media traps on places that I never go, but they do show some Sarajevo-looking circumstances in big city America these days.
They off the chains over there.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed my $75 meal until I saw the $15 a-hole charge.
Dang.
I may have to give some credit. I don't know what kind of customer this was. I don't mind having an a-hole surcharge if indeed the service was fine and they're right in doling it out.
Virginia mother arrested for having sex with twins 15 after cops find missing boy in her bedroom.
I think the headline says it all.
Right.
ESPN veteran out after 17 years at network.
It's like
to be continued.
Spin the wheel. It could be any. Who is the?
I just read them. Wendy Nix. I had to look.
We'll miss you, Wendy Nix.
Throwbacks. Kanye's wife Bianca poses topless, flashes booty, and resurfaced modeling photos.
Oh, so
you'll be checking that out.
Hold on, now.
Already did.
Wow. So am I to be surprised that Kanye is married or dating someone that has shown the world what she's got? That's like his last wife.
DeSantis has warning for potential looters in wake of Idalia. You loot, we shoot.
Oh, wow.
There should be a little more of that attitude across. See Philadelphia. Maybe they should take that attitude.
John Mellencamp reveals he has beautiful new girlfriend after being bleep to ex-Meg Ryan.
Ooh, Meg Ryan, and no bueno look these days with all that's gone on there. I can imagine that. What is it? Rain on the scarecrow, blood on the plow. If I haven't seen Mellencamp in forever. If I picture in my head, I see him looking somewhat like a scarecrow.
Yeah. Momfluencer trolls son by placing life-size poster board of herself in his university dorm.
Okay, that's
Come on,
weird.
Mom.
That's a cougar looking to score. She wants to be with that teacher and the 15-year-olds. That's where she's headed.
Or his roommate.
Wedding bells. WNBA star teases when she'll marry NFL fiancé. Great love story.
You know
beautiful.
what? It's not a great love story.
What do you
Two
mean?
people are getting married. Join
Couple
every
Oregon
other.
Ducks.
Yeah, listen. Join every other idiot in the history of civilization. Every dolt in the world. We all get married. It's nothing special.
What a view. Rare blue supermoon dazzles stargazers around the globe.
That ain't no northern lights. That's what I say.
Companies selling tiny homes from $130,000 sparks critics. This is the new affordable housing market.
Affordable?
These tiny homes on streets.
They look like
They're like
sheds, and for 100, those should be 30,000, right?
Yes.
Not 130.
Yes. In the stars, your secret sexual fantasy according to your zodiac sign.
I don't need no zodiac sign, friend. I don't need no help figuring it out.
Caught, bruised, battered child rapist who escaped prison on jet ski finally nabbed at Quality Inn.
And
They beat the hell out of him.
Good, as they should.
Yeah.
They should have finished it, if you ask me.
Read that one.
Yeah.
Oh, we're done. That's
Okay.
it. New York City headlines.
Wow.
You know what we'll do? We'll make the turn for home when we come back.
I will remind you once again, despite their protestations, the New York City headlines were today brought to you by Pet Paradise. Listen, nothing off color about them. The best in pet care services, all the providing that you need. If you're a picky pet parent, then Pet Paradise is for you. From the ultra-modern facilities, the outstanding grooming, the top-of-the-line veterinary care with New Day Veterinary Care. By the way, if you're headed out of town on a trip, the airport location, because there's 8 around town now, the airport location, 24-hour pickup and drop-off for those long-term boarding needs. You get it all in one place, and you get it all at the best. It's Pet Paradise and petparadise.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. 1010XL brings you Bulls Bulldogs football.
I'm Coach Tobin of the Bulls Bulldogs, and our first road game is Friday night at Mandarin. You hear the play-by-play on 1010 AM.
Yo! Football is back, and so is winning season at MyBookie. Look, if you're anywhere near as fired up as we are this season, you got to get a bet in on the action. NFL, college football, and a brand new casino system. MyBookie gives you options to bet and win all season long. First 2 legs of your parlay hit, cash out early and use the bread on another bet. Or let it ride for a chance for a bigger payday. Use early cash outs as a tool to stay in control of all the action at MyBookie. To get started, go to mybookie.ag now and register for an account for free. When you're ready to make your first deposit, just use promo code 1010XL to grab your welcome bonus on the house. You can still even bet on futures like Total and the Super Bowl. So sign up with promo code 1010XL to claim your deposit bonus. And for a limited time, a free chip to use in the MyBookie casino. You can bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. Come on, somebody.
Get ready for the power of Godsmack live on their new world tour with special guests Atreyu and Flat Black featuring Jason Hook, formerly of Five Finger Death Punch, coming to Daly's Place September 6th. Featuring songs from their new album, Lighting Up the Sky. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Godsmack Live.
The IRS has just received $80 billion in funding to hire additional agents for aggressive collections enforcement. If you owe the IRS, now is the time to take action before the IRS comes after you or your business. There's no time to waste. Call J. David Tax Law, a firm right here in Jacksonville, for a no-cost consultation at 904-507-4777. That's 904-507-4777. Or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Listen up. This Labor Day weekend, Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet want to celebrate you with all your hard work. It's easy. Browse hundreds of new and certified pre-owned vehicles online marked with our wow prices. Go find the one you love and come in and buy this weekend to make it yours. Plus, get a free 65-inch TV or barbecue grill as a special treat. Don't miss this opportunity to get a great deal and a great prize. Starts Friday, ends Monday, only at Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville. Don't make me come get you.
The All-Pro Roofing phone line connects you to some of the most sports-connected minds in the country.
You mean you can actually contact these people?
Listen for great phone interviews all day on the All-Pro Roofing phone line.
We'll talk on the phone.
On 1010XL.
The 9 after 5 rolls on at the Golf Club of Southampton, so get on the tee with me, Joe C. The XL Primetime League is in the summer stretch, and you need to be part of it. Southampton invites you to join us every Wednesday for our 9 after 5. Beat the heat and blow off a little steam with friends and family at Southampton. A great game every week, good grub afterwards, and prizes. Call 287-PLAY and get in the game every Wednesday. It's our 9 after 5 at Southampton. Call 287-PLAY.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
Here in Florida, we have 2 seasons, summer and January. There's never been a better time to get on the water than right now. The weather is nice, the waters are wide open, and Freedom Boat Club is offering a great discount for a limited time. We handle all the cleaning, storing, maintenance, and hassles of boating. You join the club and boat as often as you'd like. Want to entertain your friends and family? We've got a boat for that. Want to escape your friends and family? We've got a boat for that. Looking to carve up some wake? We've got a boat for that. Looking to cast a line? We've got a boat for that. Home team got you down again? Yep, we got a boat for that. Whether you're looking to cruise, sport, fish, or just get away, Freedom Boat Club has you covered with unlimited access to an entire fleet of boats in Jacksonville, Jacks Beach, and St. Augustine, and over 350 locations across the world. New to boating? We'll teach you with unlimited one-on-one on-water training. Stop by one of our locations to see what Boating Made Simple is all about and save huge with a super discount. Visit us at freedomboatclub.com.
Craving a cold one? Well, zip into one of the great gate locations you see all over town and pick up a cold Bud Light, or a Natty, or an Ultra, maybe a 12-pack of the King of Beers, or some cold Coronas. It's all happening at your local gate convenience store. Slide on in today.
Oakleaf people, the best wings in town are coming to you. Players Grill is expanding and opening soon in Orange Park. Watch your favorite teams and enjoy burgers, pizzas, salads, and more. Players Grill, where the neighborhood meets.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags
Brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
I'm Sam Nelson. The Jaguars have filled out their practice squad, bringing back 13 familiar names following roster cuts on Tuesday. Among the names returning are quarterback Nathan Rourke, running back Snoop Connor, and receiver Jacob Harris. Elijah Cook, who signed with the Jaguars as a collegiate free agent following the 2023 NFL Draft, was the lone undrafted rookie to make the team's 53-man regular season roster. He made it at the team's deepest position, wide receiver. The Jags landed 2 players on ESPN's Top 100, Trevor Lawrence and Calvin Ridley both made the list, with Lawrence landing in at the number 28 spot and Ridley coming in at 89 on the Top 100. That's your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar update. I'm Sam Nelson on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the 2-minute drill, brought to you by Tire Outlet, keeping the sports world spinning with wholesale prices and premium service. Tire Outlet, Jacksonville's largest locally owned automotive repair shop.
Good morning, Tone.
Good morning.
What's cooking on a Thursday edition of Jaguars Day? You and Mike Dempsey getting ready for the program.
It's all good. I'm sure you enjoyed the last break as Prosser and I discussed all the different
He could
ways
just
of
sit there and roll his eyes.
for the Braves as we get ready for the Major League Baseball playoffs here in a few weeks. But our question of the day today asking, other than Trevor Lawrence, who will be the most improved offensive player on the Jags in 2023, Mike DeRocco will be joining us as we got a week and a half before the Jags are on the field in the regular season.
That's a hard question because they all did so well last year.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, all the most improved came from what their seasons were a year ago.
Sure.
So, yeah, that's a good one. You might have to look to like the line or something.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, who's the lineup this year for your fantasy football on the radio?
On the radio?
Yeah.
As far as who's playing
Your
with
breakfast
us?
deal.
Oh, it's going to be me and Mike and Mike.
Yeah.
Right? And Dylan.
And
And we're trying to figure out what the 5th spot's going to be.
Okay.
Like last year we had a listener team, so we'd have a different listener in each week.
Okay.
And that was a little difficult to manage, so we
Right.
may or may not be doing that this year. We're not sure.
Yeah.
But we'd
All
like
right.
to get a 5th
To be
team
determined.
in. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
TBD.
That's one of my favorites. I like to see the loser each week. It makes me feel happy.
Yeah, we do. We do kind of just enjoy that. I'd rather not be in it and not win. Or
No.
There you
Well,
go.
have a great show.
Thank you.
Mike and Tony getting ready. Jaguars Today. It's coming up here momentarily.
Now, today's takeaways, brought to you by Key Buick GMC, where our family dealership has been helping families buy vehicles for over 50 years.
Well, I learned a lot today.
I did too.
We had some pop quiz stuff. We learned about yards in a season receiving wise. You told me Calvin Ridley's going to get 2,000 yards
I told
this
you
year.
that they came up with 9 receivers and Calvin Ridley made that elite 9, which was encouraging.
Told me Zeke Elliott is the number 2 leading rusher currently in yardage. But the thing that I take away from today's program is that Louis Litt is the greatest TV character in the history of
I'm telling you what,
production.
I don't know if Suits is paying you royalties, but they dang sure should be.
Hell of a show.
All right, I'll tell you what I learned today. The most, inspiring, cool thing that I saw were the 92,000 plus that filled Lincoln, Nebraska's Memorial Stadium for an evening of volleyball celebration. Shazam! It's the biggest crowd for a live sporting event in women's sports history.
Yeah, because if you had to ask me, I would have guessed the U.S.
And that was
World
close.
Cup
That was
with
like 90,000.
Brandy Chastain. That would have been my
That's
pick.
third, actually.
Oh, okay. E, what are you taking away from today's program?
Oh, well, we getting lit tonight. Gators watch party at Tinseltown Ale House. Shout out Brackish Vodka. Come on, somebody.
We also could take away that it, unlike yesterday morning when we left, it does look like Cam Rising will miss the game for Utah tonight.
Yeah.
From a practical standpoint. Enjoy the Gator football tonight. Enjoy Jaguars today. It's been a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday on The Drill.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.